Well, after a needed off day yesterday, we are back with some Ohio Valley League action. It's your Hoptown Hoppers with an 11-4 record, sitting in first place, taking on the third place Paducah Chiefs with a 9-6 record. Hello, everyone, and welcome into the broadcast today. I'm Colin Crithers, bringing you today's action here live from Paducah, Kentucky. Happy Juneteenth and a happy Friday night action here. The Hoppers on the road after a good win on Wednesday. They beat the Railroaders 9-1 after their first run rule loss of the year, 11-1 to the Henderson Flash. They bounced back well. They showed the fight, and they showed us the Hoppers that we've known for the first front half of the season. Well, the Chiefs are coming in this game losing 2 of their last 3. They won their last one 5-4 against the Madisonville Miners, but been on a bit of a skid. They sit 2 games back in third place behind the Hoppers, only about a game and a half behind the second place Henderson Flash, and ready to strike back in today's game. We can go ahead and look at the starting lineups for both teams, starting with your Hoptown Hoppers at the plate. And getting us started will be Cade Wall playing shortstop. Second will be Chance Sweeney playing left field. Evan Jacob will be the DH batting third. Brennan Mueller playing right field will bat in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth will be Ryan McCartan. He's going to be the catcher today. Batting sixth and playing first is Connor Scheidt. The third baseman will be Zach Hampton batting seventh. Caden Slaughter will be at second base, and then the round things up in center field will be Alex McGuire. The starting pitcher we'll talk about later is Hudson Hamilton. For your Paducah Chiefs in this game, the leadoff batter will be Andrew Dixon. He's going to be the DH today. Then it'll be Jackson Subsky, the shortstop, with Brett Haas playing third, batting third as well. In the cleanup spot, Jace England playing first. Trey Dooley, the right fielder, will bat fifth. Carson Reed will be the catcher. Behind him is Javon Andrews in center field, Jack Robinson in left. And the round things out in the 9th spot will be Maddox Cope. The starting pitcher for the Paducah Chiefs will be Josh Penrod, a graduate out of McCracken County High School, committed to play at John A. Logan next year. He will stand up there as a left-handed pitcher, standing 6'1", 175 pounds. He is from the Paducah area, obviously graduating from McCracken County. He'll go ahead and get us started again against Cade Wall, the righty, at the dish. Just about set for action. First pitch of the game is in there with a fastball for a called strike. We're back after the day off yesterday. Excited to have you all here again. Missed everyone after a rainy, ugly Thursday. So it was good that we didn't have anything scheduled. That ball is in the dirt. And there's an even 1-1 count. Cade Wall did not play in that game against the Railroaders. The last game he did play, he was off for the races. The 1-1 pitch, he started to go around, tried to hold up, but not in time. Count now 1-2. He had about 5 stolen bases in the last game he played. That's a season high for the Hoppers in this one. So get him on, and you know he's going to get moving around and follow that Chris Benny aggressive style. The 1-2 pitch, a chopper over to the shortstop Subsky, who bobbles it, throws it over the first, and Cade Wall will leg it out. He started to limp over across first about 3/4 of the way down. Hopefully everything's okay. He's limping back to first. So he's on safely. That gets the leadoff guy on. We'll see. It does go down as an error officially. And E6, that is. That'll bring up Chance Sweeney. Wall will stay at first base, so it seems like everything is okay there. Chance Sweeney, the left fielder. And the 2 spot, a very consistent bat for this Hoppers team. Went 2 for 4 with a walk against the Railroaders. First pitch he sees. Ground ball over on the right side. Gets it out the second hop from the second baseman. Throw the second, just barely beats Cade Wall. Sweeney reaches on the fielder's choice. That's something you notice from Chance Sweeney. He is pretty aggressive at the plate. You look at his season total so far this year. Sweeney has been only seeing about 3 pitches per at-bat. That number's kept dropping his last few appearances as he's been swinging at that first pitch pretty often. Well, the 3 spot is Evan Jacob. He's the DH today for your Hoppers. First pitch from the lefty, driven out towards the left field. And Jack Robinson doesn't move too much. He'll grab it on a line for out number 2. Quick top half of the inning as we're just still getting into this game. Jacob could use a win coming up later in this game. He's been a little cold recently. That brings up Brennan Mueller now, the right fielder in the cleanup spot. Mueller didn't play against the Railroaders, though did see Paducah the last time we faced him. He went 1 for 4 with a hit by pitch in that contest. He'll swing at the first one, foul it backwards for strike 1. So again, we've gotten started very quickly. Cade Wall got on via an error. Chance Sweeney followed it up. First pitch, ground ball to second baseman. That resulted in a fielder's choice. And then Evan Jacob, a line out to left field. Next pitch, curveball is in there for a called strike. 0-2 is now the count to Brendan Mueller. Again, the pitcher in this one is Josh Penrod for the Paducah Chiefs. Last time we saw them was back at Sager Field. They went with Kern, who was also a graduate of McCracken County. They got the best of him. And that one down at the bottom of the well for a ball. 1-2 is the count to Mueller. So they go back to McCracken County for a new pitcher, Penrod, who's in for his first game of collegiate action. Kern, in that game, that's his only time he's going to be pitching for the Chiefs this summer. That one skips in the dirt, even 2-2 count. So won't be returning, from what I've been told. Penrod, though, is just joining the team yesterday, and he is pumped up and excited to be here. From what we've been told, he came out with an energy saying, I want to get after these guys. I want to be here, and I want to work quickly on the mound. Runner takes off for a second. Mueller fouls it off, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sweeney will have to retreat back to first base. Probably would have been in there for a stolen base. He's got 4 of them so far this summer. A little behind the team leader, Dom Hartman, who's got 11 stolen bases. He's been going crazy. The 2-2 swing and miss, and there's Mueller down on strikes. 4 come up to the plate. Only 2 get on as we head now to the bottom of the first. Still scoreless here at historic Brooks Stadium. We'll tell you all about Hudson Hamilton, the starting pitcher for the Hoppers, when we return. Bottom of the first here at historic Brooks Stadium. Hoppers and Chiefs still scoreless after a half inning of play. It'll be Dixon, Supsky, and Haas to lead things off 1-2-3. But the starting pitcher for your Hoppers, Hudson Hamilton, gets a nod from Chris Benny. Hamilton's making his 5th appearance of the year, his 3rd start, and his 4 previous appearances, though. He's gone 14 total innings. With a 2.57 ERA, he's given up 5 runs, only 4 of them earned, on 12 hits, 6 walks, a hit by pitch, and 10 strikeouts. So he's been pretty solid out of UMHB, a.k.a. Mary Hardin Baylor down in Belton, Texas. The Granbury native is ready to face a very talented lineup that last time we were here at Brooks Stadium got the best of the Hoppers. It was a really weird game. Hoppers were starting to go on a little bit of a cold streak in the win column. They had lost their first game a little bit earlier against the full count rhythm, as Hamilton, the righty, delivers first pitch and fouled backwards for strike 1. The Hoppers were no hit for 6 innings until the 7th, when they saw 10 batters come up to the plate, scored 5, the trail 6-5 going into the 8th inning. They gave up another run, and then would later tie things up 7-7 in the 9th inning, send it to sudden death. Pitch misses the corner, 1-1 on a fastball. It was the one and only time we've seen sudden death so far for the Hoppers. They played the field with Andrew Mays on the mound and lost it after a Trey Dooley walk-off. The 1-1 pitch from Hamilton goes the fastball up the first base line and foul. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dixon. Dooley again is in the lineup. He's batting 5th today. So we'll talk about him a little bit later. But again, the man at the plate is Andrew Dixon, a 6'3 lefty from Lexington, Kentucky, leads this team with 3 home runs this year. So can play the long ball a bit. Hamilton, the righty, set. The 1-2 delivery after the leg kick goes to the curveball, misses the corner. Count evens 2-2. Nice chase pitch, didn't miss by much with it. I like the idea from Hamilton as he's ready again to face the left-handed hitter. Looks in, accepts the sign from his backstop, Ryan McCartan. The 2-2 pitch to the plate. It's found out of play. After this at-bat, we'll give you the defensive alignments again for your Hoptown Hoppers. In Game 16 of the season, again with an 11-4 record, the Hoppers hold in first place by half a game against the Henderson Flash. Hamilton readies. Deals the 2-2, goes to that curveball and misses inside. Count runs full to the leadoff batter. Dixon giving a good fight. He did play in that last game at Tiger Field against the Paducah Chiefs. He went 2 for 4 with a hit by pitch. Hamilton readies and fires the full count. Swing and missing. There's a strikeout to begin the day for Hamilton. That's exactly what you could ask for to begin your day. Love that right there. Supski now comes up, the shortstop, batting in the 2 spot. Did not play last time, but got his debut with the Chiefs against the Hoppers the last time we were here at Brooks Stadium. He's a 5'9" righty from Shepherdsville, Kentucky, batting .212 so far this summer. He readies for the pitch from Hamilton. Leg kick to the plate. Goes to the curveball that misses downstairs for ball 1. Hamilton looks in as Supski resets. And now readies. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball down low again, and there's a 2-0 count. Hamilton, last time we were on the road against the Henderson Flash, joined us for the 3rd inning with the Hoppers. Nothing in line for us today, but stick with us. We will have some trivia for you later. 2-0 delivery from Hamilton. Goes way inside, and there's a 3-0 count. Can still work back into it. As Hamilton so far this year, again, only walked 6 guys and 14 innings of work so far this season. Getting out of innings quickly. The 3-0 is downstairs, and there's a 4-pitch walk. First guy is on for the day for the Chiefs. That brings up Brett Haas. Haas is the 3rd baseman, went 2 for 5 last time against the Hoppers. He did reach on an error as well. He walks up into the right-handed box, standing at 6'2". He's from the Paducah area, attended St. Mary High School, now plays at Northeastern Mississippi Community College. He leads the team with a .485 on base percentage. Hamilton's first pitch with a runner on is right down Broadway for strike 1. Looks in again. We'll give you the defensive alignments here in a minute, like I told you. Throw over move the first, not in time. Let's look at the outfield for the Hoppers. Chance Sweeney playing in left. Alex McGuire will be in center. Brennan Mueller in right field. In the infield from left to right is Zach Hampton, Cade Wall, Caden Slaughter, Connor Scheidt in the backstop as Ryan McCartan receiving the pitches from Hamilton. The 0-1, is there again, and there's an 0-2 count. Nice fastball. He beat him on. Now Stupsy's going to take, or Brett Haas, is going to take a minute to reset for the next pitch. Hamilton now from the stretch with a runner on first and 1 out. The 0-2 off-speed liner over in the left field, and that'll get into the outfield. They'll hold up Supski at second. Haas reaches with the first hit of the day. 2 on with 1 out. This has very scary reminiscence back to that game against the Chiefs that Sunday evening where the Hoppers struggled quite a bit at Brooks Stadium. They got off to a good start in the first few innings offensively, and we're beating Zach Hampton, who was out on the mound again, now playing third, is UMHB Hardin Baylor teammate out there, now pitching. 1-0 is the start to the count to Jace England in the cleanup spot, the first baseman who did not start the last game against the Hoppers, but came in after an injury. The 1-0 swung on and out of play on the left side, fouled, and the count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. England, a left-handed hitter from Clarksville, Tennessee. Stands 6'2" in the box. Hamilton looks back to second twice before delivering the 0-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt and not swung at. 2-1 is the count. I said 0-2. I meant 1-1. Now it's 2-1. Got Supsky standing on second, Haas on first, and Trey Dooley, the man standing on deck. Long look in from Hamilton before he accepts. From the belt, he fires. Ground ball over on the right side. Connor Scheidt scoops it up. Throw the second goes into the outfield. Supsky's rounding third and will come home. No contest with the throw as it just goes into Hampton at third, and there's a 1-0 lead. That'll go down as a fielder's choice that England reaches on, and an error as well for the Hoppers. Runners remain on first and second. And Trey Dooley, the batter. Dooley, a two-way, spent the past year at Rice but was injured, so coming into the summer went 15 months without seeing a field. Curveball first pitch outside for ball 1. He went into the transfer portal and now committed to play at SIU, Southern Illinois. After they came and watched him in action, he went as a two-way in that game against the Miners. 1-0 pitch is dotted on the corner for strike 1. Dooley had a home run in that game, about 380 is what I've been told it went, and also pitched a little bit. He can run it up there about 94, 96 miles per hour with a fastball. They got a good get out of the portal. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hamilton, step over move, the second, no throw. Dooley was in the lineup last time they faced the Hoppers. He went 0 for 4 with a hit by pitch. He's kind of struggled for the most part against the Hoppers besides his walk-off winner. Right above the letters, and there's a ball. Didn't miss by much. Tried the fastball. Marks it down a bit more, and that one should be called a strike. 2-1 the count with 2 on and a 1-out score. Looks over the second. Now the pitch to the plate. Out towards left field and driven out there a long ways. Probably could have been caught by Sweeney if it stayed fair. Instead, just a long strike. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hamilton readies again. The pitch, it misses the plate. Not caught by McCartan, but no one moves up. Oh, no, it is called a strike. Very delayed. And there's an out. Everyone is confused here. It looks like it hit him, and the umpire is saying, here's what I could just hear. The umpire is saying that he leaned in on it. So it's a called strike on that, and goes down as a strikeout looking. Yeah, if you lean in on a pitch that hits you, that's a strike, and all that does it for your at-bat. Carson Reed, the new batter in the right-handed box. First pitch in the inside half, misses for a ball. Went with that first pitch fastball. Hudson Hamilton's been struggling with the first pitch strike in this game. His 4 previous appearances, he's thrown that first pitch strike about 47.5% of the time. 1-0. Swung on and missed. Count evens 1-1. He blew the fastball right by him. Reed's the catcher in this one. Went 0 for 1 last time they faced the Hoppers. Hamilton ready to make quick work of him. The 1-1. Lifted in the air. McCartan towards the backstop, and he'll run out of room. It's into the stands for a foul ball. Thankfully, everyone seems to be okay. That was a scary one. A lot of commotion down there. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Hamilton's on the mound. Pitches that UMHB is able to come down to Hopkinsville with his collegiate teammate, Zach Hampton, who's playing third base today. Hampton was the pitcher last time we were at Brooks Stadium, so they're getting a lot of pitchers from the crew the Chiefs have been facing against the Hoppers. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 on and 2 outs. Hamilton pitches, and it's in the dirt with an off-speed. Curveball way outside 2-2. Deuce is wild in the bottom of the first. 1 run has already come across as the Chiefs lead. Hamilton will shake off the first side from McCartan and then accept and ready from the stretch. The 2-2 fired to the plate off speed just below the strike zone for a ball, and the count now 3-2. Hamilton tried selling it. He thought he might have had it. McCartan held it for an extra second, didn't get the call. Got Haas still on second and Jace England on first. Trying to keep the damage minimal. The 3-2 pitch, and it misses. There's a full count walk, and the bases are loaded. In danger of this being an ugly opening inning. Already been a single and 2 walks and 1 run. Brings up Javon Andrews, the 7th batter this inning, to come up for the Chiefs. Andrews, the center fielder today, stands 5'8" in the right-handed box. He's from Hobart, Indiana, just on the Indiana side of the border from Chicago. So it's kind of one of those suburbs. So we can kind of claim he's from Chicago, but not fully. First pitch he sees from Hamilton, off speed inside for a ball. I'm sure Chicago fans, especially Bears fans, were not very pleased with the Indiana suburb side of the city with the recent news of the Chicago Bears moving that way. Reminded people a few times about that. I'm sorry for poking. The 1-0. It's fouled off, and the count evens 1-1. At my time up in Iowa City at the University of Iowa, there's a lot of Chicago fans, a lot of Chicago Bears fans. They're pretty easy to kind of poke at sometimes and have some fun with. So I'm kind of used to it. So I apologize to those listening that are feeling that way. Andrews did pretty solid last time they faced the Hoppers. He went 1 for 3 with 2 walks and also reached on an error. The 1-1 fouled into the netting backwards, and he's behind 1-2 the Hamilton. Andrews this year has a team leading 12 runs, only 4 RBIs though. Team leader in stolen bases, reaching 7 times. Been caught stealing 3 times though, so get him on, he can get moving. Just might not have that situation right now with bases loaded. He'd have to clear a few. Hamilton trying to get out of the inning with only 1 run coming across. The 1-2 delivery. Curveball swinging, missing. The damage is minimal. 1-0 the score. There's a strikeout. And we head now to the second inning, 1-0 for the Chiefs. We'll be right back with more Hoppers baseball after the break. Second inning here from Paducah, Kentucky. The Chiefs lead your Hoptown Hoppers 1-0. The pitcher, still the lefty southpaw, Josh Penrod. He will now see 5, 6, 7 in the order for the Hoppers. It'll be Ryan McCartan to lead things off with Scheid on deck and Zach Hampson in the hole. Penrod had a solid first inning. Had two guys reach behind him. One was on an air, one on a fielder's choice, and then had a fly out and strikeout to end the first. Now faces the catcher in the right-handed box. The lefty delivers. It's down low for ball one. McCartan did not play against the Railroaders. Did see the Paducah Chiefs last time. They squared off. Also played in the last game here at Brooks Stadium. He'll lift one out in a fly ball to right field. That should be caught by Trey Dooley, and it is for out number one. Two pitches and one out already. That brings up Connor Scheidt. That's something that the Hoppers have been getting beat on recently. At the beginning of the year, it worked out very, very well. Very aggressive approach at the plate, very aggressive approach on the base pads. But recently, they haven't been working those pitch counts up. They haven't been getting in the counts very far, and it's resulted in quite a few quick outs. Pitch to Connor Scheidt down low. There's ball one to begin the at-bat to the first baseman, who went 1 for 5 against the Railroaders on Wednesday. The lefty works through the windup, goes back to the fastball in the bottom of the zone for strike one. Count evens at 1 apiece. Contrary to what we saw from Kern last time, Penrod has got a good mix of pitches. The 1-1. Curveball is found off backwards. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. He runs the fastball up there a little bit more, mid-80s. He's got the 4-seam and 2-seam working for him. Also throws that curveball and changeup, as well as the slider. So he's working on one more thing, but, I mean, how many more pitches can you have in the arsenal? The 1-2 down low, and there's another ball. Count evens 2-2, the Connor Scheidt from McCordsville, Indiana. Plays at Indiana Southeast. Made it to the NAI World Series this past year. The lefty, the 2-2. It's fouled out of play by Scheidt, who stays alive in the box. Again, already one out after the fly ball. Zach Hampton, the man that stands on deck. Caden Slaughter will be in the hole if the Hoppers can get something going here early in the second inning. Look in from Penrod. He works through the windup, the 2-2 pitch in the dirt, and the count runs full. Went back to that fastball, 4-seamer. I guess I got to specify today. I haven't seen too many guys that have thrown the 4-seam and 2-seam fastball. I know when I played, I didn't. I was not very comfortable with the 2-seamer. Full count pitch to Connor Scheidt. He leaves right below the knees for a walk. Really borderline pitch, but he saw it better than us, and he's on safely. That brings up Zach Hampton, the third baseman. Again, just to talk about the difference of that 4-seam, 2-seam fastball. 4-seam fastball is what you typically see, just runs pretty flat. 2-seam fastball going to have a little bit of movement on it, have some run. And a lot of guys don't really throw it because it's a little uncomfortable, and they just don't know exactly where it could land. It runs a little bit more unique than anything that they can expect. Pitch misses on a fastball off the corner for ball one to Zach Hampton. Yeah, some guys just, they don't go to it because there's not much control for them with their 2-seamers. If you can't control it, though, it's a beautiful pitch to have in the arsenal. Slider in there for a strike right down the middle. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike to the third baseman, Zach Hampton. Steps back into the right-handed box for the next pitch, with Scheidt still standing on first. Penrod from the stretch goes to the curveball, misses high and away. 2-1 is the count for Hampton. Hampton's a two-way guy for the Hoppers as well as UMHB. Didn't see any time in the field or at the plate, though, for the Crew. Only pitched a good amount this past year. The 2-1. Inside misses on the fastball, and it's a 3-1 lead. Yeah, playing third today. He's played a lot of the middle infield as well, because he's also listed as a two-way for the Crew. Should be getting some time this upcoming year. Pitch right down the middle, and there's a strike. Hampton was trying to sell it. I guess I should say more towards the corner on the outside half. Count is full to Hampton. He played most of the time for the Hoppers at the beginning of the year in the middle infield. Has moved over to third to help fill some room over there. Pickoff move the first. Lightly thrown. He's back in safely. Even last game against the Railroaders, Hampton had to start at second base, and after some substitutions, Slaughter came in for Dom Hartman, who stands on deck, ironically. He moved over from second to third for Slaughter. He pops one deep into left center field, and the center fielder, Javon Andrews, will call off Robinson and catch it for out number 2 as Scheit returns back to first base. Caden Slaughter in the 8th spot. The second baseman is now the batter for the Hoppers. He came in against the Railroaders, like I said just a minute ago, for Dom Hartman. Only saw the plate once, saw one pitch, and it was a hit by pitch. So didn't really see too much. The righty faces the lefty. It's a ground ball near the Paducah dugout for strike 1. Again, want to thank you all for joining us here today. Hopefully you have a good day, good broadcast, and some great Ohio Valley League baseball for you. Ground ball right up the middle from Slaughter. It's gloved by the shortstop Subsky, and he'll step on second for the 3rd out of the inning. Hoppers again see 4 come up to the plate. Nothing comes across. They trail 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 2nd here at Brooks Stadium. Good crowd here at historic Brooks Stadium. The grandstands with some great attendance. The party deck all full for 1v3 in the Ohio Valley League. It's about 82 degrees outside with about 50% humidity. Sun showing, and it's a gorgeous day for baseball. Hoppers trail 1-0 early to the Paducah Chiefs, and we'll see 8-9 in the top of the order for the Chiefs after 7 came up. 1 scored off 1 hit, 2 walks in the first inning. Hamilton recorded all 3 outs with a strikeout and is back out there for a 2nd inning of work. First pitch to Jack Robinson is just going to miss the zone for a ball. Robinson's a left fielder today, has been out there for the most part when we've played them. Mostly been playing right field, though. The 1-0 curveball is ground ball over toward the shortstop. Cade Wall picks it up after the bobble, throws it over the first in time. Wall recovers for out 1. Really great the follow through with that one after it kind of took a awkward hop off his chest, landed in front of him, barehanded it, and then whipped it over there to first base as 1 is away. Maddox Cope in the 9th spot comes up. He's playing second. Went 1 for 3 last time against the Hoppers with a walk. The Granbury, Texas natives, first pitch, a curveball in the zone for strike 1. Love that he's starting with the first pitch off speed. He's gotten the leadoff guy out now both innings. That's 10 times in 16 innings of work after this inning is completed. Ground ball into the Paducah dugout. 0-2 is the count to Maddox Cope. Hamilton's done well working quickly and efficiently against batters coming into this game. He's gotten them out almost half the time in 3 pitches or less. The 0-2, it just misses the corner with the curveball, and the count now 1-2. Great miss. It Could have gone either way. Now sets again. He's working from the stretch with no one on. The 1-2 upstairs, and the count evens 2-2. And Hamilton, a freshman, where he didn't record any stats with the crew. Studying exercise and sports science at Mary Hardin Baylor. The 2-2 pitch. It's just low. It counts full. Doesn't miss by much. It's an incredible take from Maddox Cope with the top of the lineup on deck. Hamilton's already walked 2 guys today. And now the full count pitch. Out towards left center field is dropping in good fashion. And McGuire catches it, almost colliding with Sweeney. But all that matters, they got the out and no one's hurt. There's 2 away. They take a moment. I think he caught up to Sweeney a little bit quicker than he expected. Sweeney was not prepared. He seemed a little frightened last moment. Nonetheless, top of the order comes up as they've gone 2 up, 2 down. Dixon struck out swinging to begin this game. Now looking for redemption against the Texas native. Dixon, one of the stronger bats in this team. First pitch of the at-bat. Curveball misses the outside corner for ball 1. Dixon had been leading this team in quite a few categories. Has lost the team lead, but still up there. Just leads them now in slugging, home runs, and RBIs. The 1-0. Fastball in the dirt. And now the count 2 balls and no strikes. Hamilton, I think, tried overthrowing that one and spiked it. You know, helps today. He's got a little familiarity in the infield with his Mary Hardin Baylor teammate over at third base behind him. Living together with the Hampton family. Holly Hampton on the board with the Hoppers. Pitch way outside the 3-0 count. Hamilton's one of the fun guys on the team. He's got a great personality. Keeps everything light. And, you know, he treats every day like he's going to have a lot of fun at the baseball field. You can tell he loves the sport and loves showing up every day. Had the green light on the 3-0, fouls it out of play. So now the count 3-1. Interesting pitch to swing at. It was a little bit on the outside. And it looked like with the swing he tried pulling it. So not exactly what you should go for in a 3-0, but we'll take it here with the Hoppers. Hamilton trying to work back in the 3-1 delivery. Fastball in the middle, driven out towards right center field. Getting back towards the wall and will about one hop it. McGuire picks it up off the warning track. He's rounding second and digging for third. Throw comes in, throw over the third, and Hampton knocks it down as he goes in standing with a 2-out triple. Dixon's on. The past few times on the road, the Hoppers have given up quite a few triples. Their last road game against the Henderson Flash, they gave up one. The second batter, Peyton Tatum, in the very first inning, and that brought in Gunnar Waldrop with the first run of that 11-1 loss. But with 2 outs, nothing much is hurt yet. You still trail only 1-0. Supsky, the batter, the shortstop, he reached on a walk last time. First pitch, curveball in the middle of the zone for a called strike. Supsky, after reaching on the walk, is the only run so far in this game. Trying to bring in one now in the bottom of the second. Hamilton from the stretch, the leg kick, and it's a ground ball over towards Hampton at third, and he'll flip it over the first in time for the final out. Well, even though there's a triple, nothing hurt from it. Score still 1-0 as we head to the third here at Brooks Stadium. To complete, the Paducah Chiefs lead your Hoptown Hoppers 1-0. Hoppers just got done with their kids camp this week. Had a lot of fun with it. One of the kids actually in my host family, Brandon Montoya, participated. Said it was a lot of fun. They were constantly doing stuff, though. They're just going and going and going. Though they wore them out, and they made sure they had plenty of fun. The last day of camp featured a wiffle ball game, which obviously gets everyone very excited. But we're now ready for the third with McGuire in the 9th spot. And on top of the order to McGuire ready for the first pitch. He'll square around, pull back as it's outside for a ball. 1-0 the count with Penrod still the pitcher. A lefty out of McCacken County High School. He readies and works through the windup for the 1-0 delivery. Curveball, bottom of the well, 2-0s the count to McGuire. Penrod's also committed to play at John A. Logan, just like his former McCracken County High School starting pitcher that we faced, Caden Kern. Swing and miss there, and there's a 2-1 count. Yeah, Kern is also committed to John A. Logan. I've heard that McCracken County is pretty much a feeder school out of baseball for John A. Logan. If you go there, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to John A. Logan. Right back up the middle, off the mound. McGuire digging for first, throw over, not in time. McGuire lost it by about a step. Almost had the infield single. It was a slow roller, but a good throw from Sepsky for out number 1. The 6-3 ground up brings up Cade Wall on the top of the order for the second time today. Wall reached the first time up after an error from the shortstop Sepsky, ironically enough. And then was out on his way to second after a fielder's choice from Sweeney, who stands on deck. First pitch way in front of the plate in the dirt for ball 1. Gets us started. The 1-0 delivery is right on the corner, nails it with a fastball. County evens 1-1. I'm going to remind you to stick out around through this whole broadcast. We'll have plenty of little factoids. We'll have some trivia for you, and, of course, Hoppers baseball throughout. Goes to the curveball downstairs, and a 2-1 lead for Cade Wall. And he's a guy who sees the ball very well at the plate. He's been walked 4 times only, but he has a .448 on base percentage. He swings for the next one, tips it off the very end of the bat. So we'll take a moment with a 2-2 count as the backstop, Carson Reed, will reset. It kind of got off his chest a little bit and mask at first. The home plate umpire walks out the ball, and everyone looks to be okay. Wall's also a guy who could easily square it around and put down a bunt for a single. He's got lightning speed down the line. If he got on even just a little bit more, he might have Hartman side for 11 stolen bases. 2-2, swing and missing. There's a strikeout for out number 2. Second strikeout for Penrod on the mound. That brings up Sweeney, the left-handed hitter who reached on a fielder's choice last time. Sweeney's been pretty electric against this very difficult Chiefs squad. Coming into the day, he's been 8 for 12 against Paducah this summer. First pitch he sees, curveball that hits him square in the back, so he's on safely. Only saw one pitch. But hey, anyway on, right? That'll quickly bring up the DH, Evan Jacob, as he'll slowly walk down the first. Jacobs over one with a fly out towards left field. More of a line out. Kind of a mix of it. Penrod just looked over to Sweeney, tapped himself on the chest, said, hey, my bad, didn't mean to. And now you got to lock in on the next guy. Jacob, who is really due for a hit. First pitch out towards right field. He swung at the first pitch both times, and both result in flyouts to the outfield. That one into right field. And that'll do it for the top of the third. 4 come up again for the Hoppers like they have every other inning. They still remain scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Chiefs lead. Bottom of the third, 1-0 lead for Paducah over your Hoptown Hoppers. We will see 3-4-5 due up for Paducah. Hudson Hamilton still the pitcher on the mound. It'll be Brett Haas to lead things off. Hopper scored the Chiefs scored in the first inning, and we're shut out an inning ago after they almost went 3 up, 3 down. First two guys were out, and then there was a triple from Andrew Dixon. Supsky had a ground out to end the inning. Haas comes up 1-for-1 with a single back in the first. First pitch, swinging out towards left field, and he'll have his second single today. Reaches easily. And that's the first time the leadoff guy has gotten on for the Chiefs in this one. There's a strikeout and a ground out the other 2 innings. Now Jace England, who reached on a fielder's choice. So he's technically 0-for-1. Will step up in the cleanup spot. He's playing first today. England just graduated high school. Was committed to play at Dyersburg State Community College, the JUCO level. First pitch for the lefty, curveball outside for ball 1. So Hamilton will reset. Getting his third inning of work out there. Has been efficient coming into this game, and a lot of his appearances has worked both the pen and starts. Pitch inside, 2-0. I asked him if he likes one more than the other. He's like, honestly, no, it's just whatever I'm feeling that day. I guess if they need me to start, I'll happily start. If they need me to come out of the pen, I'll have a lot of fun with that. I don't think he has too much of a preference from what I've been told. 2-0 is right down the middle for a strike. Can't mistake that one. And now they count 2-1 to England. Working quickly as England steps back into the left-handed box with a runner on a first and no outs. Hamilton from the belt fires, and it's fouled backwards on a pitch near the knees, and there's an even 2-2 count. On deck is Trey Dooley with Carson Reed in the hole. Looking for that ground ball here, so wouldn't be shocked if he goes back. Down low if he's looking for that, but if he's looking for that strikeout pitch, outside, maybe high. The 2-2 goes high at first, drops it with a curveball, and pulls the string too early. It broke before hitting the zone, and there's a full count. Had a few of these so far. Only 2 walks so far for Hamilton. He's worked back in his counts very well. Not ready as he deals the full count pitch. Curveball again, ground ball over the slider at second, flips to second in time for the out. Wall over the shite, and there's not a double play. They'll reach on the fielder's choice for the second time today. And that'll bring up Trey Dooley with 1 out and a runner on first still. Dooley struck out looking after he was technically hit by a pitch, but they say he leaned into it. And that was a third strike, so it goes down as a K. The righty-on-righty matchup, Hamilton delivers curveball right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 is the count. You might not know it, but Hamilton's actually a really good golfer right now. So usually you see a lot of guys play baseball, and after they're done, they transition to golf. No, he does it both right now. That one's down the middle and into a right center field, and he's going to be going for extra bases. McGuire onto it quickly, throws into the infield. They'll hold up the runner at third, and he's in the second, standing 2 in scoring position with 1 out after the double from Dooley. But not the perfect timing to bring up the great golfing, but that brings up Carson Reed, the catcher, who's 0-for-0 with a walk back in the first inning. We keep talking about the golf for Hamilton. Yeah, he's a really good golfer. Does it both while playing baseball. He's not waiting until he's done with playing. He said that on a typical course, he can hit around 76, which, I'll be honest, I'm not a golfer. I'm not good at it. I don't golf much, but that's extremely impressive. First pitch to Reed. Curveball hits the corner for strike 1. You go back to the week right before the season started. The Hoppers hosted a Meet the Hoppers night over at Camo Caravan. In the back, they got a little putting green as Hamilton goes with the 0-1 pitch. Outside, stopped by McCartan is good. 1-1 is the count to Reed. Yeah, but there's a little putting green back there. And Hamilton was like, I got to try just one shot. And I'll admit, he barely missed it, but it would have been way closer than I could have ever been with it. And you can tell he's got the talent. The 1-1, swing and missing, and there's a 1-2 count. Also got the talent on the mound. He's been really good in his few starts coming into this one. And trying to get out of this situation with 2 in the scoring position and 1 out and a 1-0 deficit. Accepts the sign now, ready from the stretch. The pitch to Carson Reed is found out of play. 1-2, still the count with 1 out. Got to say it's also fun when we go to Madisonville because that's in the middle of their Madisonville City Park. And there's a little mini golf course right behind. And when we got rained out there last time, Hamilton ran right over and played a quick hole before we hit the bus on the way out. So loves the game of golf as well. The 1-2 curveball is lifted in the foul territory on the right side. Scheit is tracking it near the dugout and will catch it for out number 2. As good of a situation as you could have needed right there. With 2 in scoring position and only 1 out, you're pretty much just praying nothing to the outfield, especially deep right center field. That's pretty much guaranteed to bring in a run. Mueller's got a good arm out there, but that's just more likely that you're going to tag up when a ball hits the right field than one to left field. So Javon Andrews comes up to try to salvage the inning for the Chiefs. He faces the righty Hamilton still. First pitch, curveball, right back towards Wall at short. Picks it up, throws it over first, and Scheit with the reach to get the out. 2 in scoring position, but nothing comes across. Hoppers hold on to their 1-run deficit and look to squander it. When we return to the top of the 4th, we've played a third here at Brooks Stadium. We played a third. Chiefs leader, Hoptown Hoppers, 1-0. Hello, everyone. Colin Crithers. Bring you in for today's Juneteenth edition of Hoppers Baseball. Glad to have you here from Paducah, Kentucky. As we head to the 4th inning, let's take a look at some scores around the Ohio Valley League. Henderson Flash on the road taking on the Madisonville Miners. Miners lead that one 2-0 early. The Railroaders are over in Hendersonville, Tennessee, taking on the Full Count Rhythm. That game is still scoreless. So still early all around the league. As now beginning of the 4th, Brendan Mueller, the batter, swings at first pitch. It's grounded into and back out of the Hoppers dugout. First strike 1. Penrod, the lefty, still the pitcher out there, making his collegiate debut out of McCracken County High School. 0-1 the count to Mueller, who struck out swinging to end the first inning. Hoppers have had 4 come up to the plate every inning so far today. So looking to break that streak. Lefty on lefty matchup continues with the 0-1 pitch. Fastball runs off the plate for ball 1. It was a pattern last time we were here at Brooks Stadium. It was only 3 batters coming up, though, as the Hoppers were no hit through 6 innings, only seeing 3 batters come up every single time until the 7th. Pitch runs off the plate again, 2-1 the count. Until the 7th inning when 10 batters came up and 5 scored. That cut the Chiefs' lead down from 6-0 to 6-5. The 2-1 downstairs, and there's another ball. 3-1 count to Brennan Mueller. And Mueller now playing for Vol State Community College. He is from Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Mom, though, from the Cincinnati area. 3-1, and it'll miss, and there's a 5-pitch walk. He's on safely. Yeah, mom's from the Cincinnati area. That's the reason that Mueller's grown up a Cincinnati Reds fan, as well as a big fan of also my guy going up, the should-be Hall of Famer first baseman Joey Votto, who, of course, hit left, threw right. And if you don't know, Joey Votto is, of course, retired and is making some regular appearances on MLB Now, the new show. And he showed off he's got a new dog, and I think that's the cutest thing ever. The pitch to the plate, and it's fouled out of play by Ryan McCartan at the plate for strike one. But yeah, Joey Votto just got a new dog. It's a little Rottweiler, and you should look it up on Twitter, in the internet, whatever you may be. And his name is Morgan, after the Reds legend, Joe Morgan. The 0-1, McCartan goes swinging and fishing. He cannot connect. It's an 0-2 count. So yeah, that's my advice for you today. Look up Joey Votto's new dog, Morgan, named after Joe Morgan. McCartan in the 0-2 spot, flew out to right field last time. Mueller still stands on first, so there's a pickoff move over. He goes back standing. No tag applied by Jace England. We're not ready again to deliver to the Michigan native in the right-handed box. The lefty set. And here's the pitch, 0-2 upstairs, and it's a 1-2 count after the fastball missed. McCartan's also getting a lot of work this summer outside of just at the plate and behind it as a catcher. As the 1-2 comes in, bounces in front of the plate. It's blocked by Carson Reed. Count evens 2-2. McCartan's also got an internship this summer with ETS Performance, where he's interning as a strength coach there. It's something that he's looking forward to possibly doing once he's done playing baseball. So not only is he playing, he's beginning his days in the morning and early afternoons interning with them, and then getting some work in with the Hoppers. That one's fouled out of play. Count even 2-2. Usually the day begins early for him, and then you go to the Tiger Field, and if you're on the road, you're going to hit in the cages inside before getting on the bus, and we hit again usually at the field. That pitch is low, 3-2. If it's a home game, you're just hitting on the field for the most part, maybe getting some extra work on the field early or back inside after you're done there and just getting some more swings in the cages. Full count pitch from Penrod, way outside all the way to the backstop. McCartan's on with the walk, and Mueller won't try to go more than just one bang in the second. There's back-to-back walks to begin the inning. That brings up Connor Scheidt. With 2 on and no outs, this is the best opportunity we've seen so far. And everyone recognizes that. As Kent Wallace, the pitching coach for the Paducah Chiefs, will go ahead and take a visit out there with the McCracken County High School graduate. In top of the fourth, no outs, runners on first and second. Scheidt will be the batter. Got to give a shout-out to our GM, Adam West, just brought me a water. Got to appreciate that. Keeping us ready to go on the air, nice and crisp. Also got to give him a shout-out for bringing me in to Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Everyone here has welcomed me with open arms. Really appreciate being around the area and, of course, around the Ohio Valley League this summer with the first-place Hoppers. Take a look at how the game's unfolded so far. Chiefs scored in the bottom of the first inning. They had a walk and then a single, and then he was brought around after a fielder's choice. Hoppers have gone 4 to the plate every inning. Coming into this one, that's began with 2 walks. Now Scheidt is the batter and trying to break that curse. Hampton's the man on deck, and Slaughter is in the hole. Scheidt also reached on a walk, ironically enough. He's one of the 3 so far in this game. That's his only plate appearance as the first baseman pinched in. Squared around for a bunt, right back to the pitcher. Penrod throws over the third, gets away from the third baseman, Brent Haas. Mueller will stay put after the air. And now the bases are juiced for the Hoppers with still no outs. Penrod would have had him beat by quite a few steps. But a bad throw. Scheidt will reach technically on a fielder's choice. And now Zach Hampton, the Mary Hardin Baylor third baseman, trying to help out his crew teammate on the mound, Hudson Hamilton. First pitch he sees the at-bat in the dirt for a ball, blocked by Carson Reed. Hampton flew out towards center field in his only at-bat so far today. Went 1 for 4 against the Railroaders on Wednesday, 0 for 2 with 2 walks against the Chiefs last time they faced over at Tiger Field. Pitch now. It's dotted on the corner for strike 1. You look at the summer so far for Hampton. He's been batting .500 with runners in scoring position. Prime opportunity to tie things up and take the lead. The 1-1. Ground ball foul on the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Zach Hampton facing Josh Penrod, committed to John A. Logan. I'll take a moment to circle the mound before getting set on the left side of the rubber, looking in for the sign, and now ready to pitch. Deals the 1-2. Hampton out on the right side, gets into right field. One comes across, they'll give Ryan McCarr on the stop sign over at third. And one comes across, it's a tied game 1-1. Base is still loaded with no outs. And now the 5th batter of the inning will come up for the first time for the Hoppers. Caden Slaughter will be the hitter. That's technically the first base hit of the inning, too. Slaughter ended the second inning with a ground ball over to the shortstop. There's our second mound visit, and Josh Penrod's day is over quickly. New pitcher coming out of the arm barn. We'll have him here in a moment after this break here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. Back now with more Hoppers baseball on the top of the 4th. Bases are loaded with no outs for Caden Slaughter. New pitcher for the Chiefs is the righty standing 5'9" out of Bardwell, Kentucky. It's Kason Mitchell. If you're familiar with that name, you wish you weren't. He was the man that dominated the Hoppers last time we were here at Brooks Stadium. First pitch for the righties. Ian Harris, bases loaded. Caden Slaughter up the right field line and foul for strike 1. Would have brought across 2, probably. He resets. Mitchell has pitched 3 times so far this year. And one of those he started here against the Hoppers. Went 6 innings of scoreless baseball and no hit the Hoppers in those 6 innings of work. He gave up 1 walk to begin the game and was shut out from there. Has a 1-0 count against Caden Slaughter. Goes to the curveball way outside, and there's a 1-1. So, yeah, he dominated this team when they last faced off. You look at the rest of the summer so far. He's gone 17 total innings, giving up 3 runs, only 2 of them earned on 7 hits, 5 walks, and 18 strikeouts. He's been one of the more dominant pitchers in the Ohio Valley League so far. The 1-1, it's downstairs on a fastball. Slaughter's ahead 2-1. Again, he grounded out to end the second inning. Looking for some redemption here. Slaughter on the summer has only 4 runs, no RBIs, has not gotten a hit with runners in scoring position. Way outside with a fastball, and Slaughter's ahead 3-1. Line is not closed, obviously, for the starter, Josh Penrod. He's responsible for the 3 on the bases after going 3 total innings so far. And he's in danger of getting another run against him after this could be a walk from Mitchell. Swing and miss, or no, he tipped it, excuse me. And now the count is full for Slaughter. On deck is Alex McGuire. The top of the lineup is due up for the Hoppers after that. Now ready for the full count pitch in this righty-righty matchup. Slaughter set, and now Mitchell is as well. The leg kick fires. Slaughter right back up to Mitchell. Off the glove of Mitchell. And it's thrown over the first. But the Hoppers take the lead. It's 2-1 after that brings across Ryan McCartan. 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Still a really good opportunity. And Slaughter does his job. That's all you can ask for. He got an RBI. Scheidt Sands on the third. Hampton on second. And McGuire, the new batter. McGuire 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop. On pause before the first pitch. Curveball is up high for a ball. And McGuire is a guy who could really use a hit. He's gone 1 for 5 against Paducah coming into this game. Now 1 for 6 after the ground out. Has struggled this summer, but again, I said it against Henderson. He's very unlucky right now at the plate. The 1-0 delivery. Fastball called strike on the corner upstairs. I'll mention again, McGuire, contrary to a lot of the other guys in this league who don't have a strong batting average, he's making contact with a lot of stuff and putting plenty of balls in play. Everything's been right at someone, so eventually you got to think he's going to break through soon. The 0-1, fastball again, runs off the plate for a ball. Went to that outside half, just barely missing it. Now 2-1 the count with Cade Wall on deck. 2 in scoring position and 1 out. 2-1 the score in favor of your Hoppers. The delivery from Mitchell, curveball outside, and now there's a 3-1 count to McGuire. McGuire has not been walked a single time this year. He's also not been hit by a pitch. The pitchers have been very aggressive towards him. So now the Grand Ledge, Michigan native that plays for the U.S. Sports University is ready for the 3-1. Mitchell to the plate, and it's fouled into the dirt for a strike. Count runs full for McGuire. Looking for his first RBI of the year. Been hitting about .083 with runners in scoring position. Ready now as the 3-2 comes to the plate. McGuire will leave it on the outside half for a call. It's strike 3. He's down on strikes, and that brings up Cade Wall. Wall's up for the 3rd time today at the top of the order. He's 0 for 2, though he reached to start the game on an error. He's now got a tough spot with 2 in the scoring position. The base is open for Mitchell if he doesn't want to go right after him. Wouldn't be the worst idea, though you do have Chance Sweeney on deck, and as a Hoppers fan, would love to say that's a fun idea for us. Curveball upstairs for a ball, begins the at-bat. Wall comes into this game with a .571 batting average with runners in scoring position, a .360 batting average overall. Native of Russellville, Kentucky. the 1-0 delivery. Curveball again. It paints the corner for a called strike. That was a doozy of a curveball there. He's got a lot of good run on it. It's interesting the delivery, too, for Mitchell. Comes in a little short-armed compared to what we just saw from the starter in this one, Josh Penrod, who went very long and then very over the top. Fastball right down Broadway, called strike. Yeah, Penrod would go start his delivery by turning back towards second and then start coming in 3/4 of the way before finishing well over top. Mitchell just comes right at you, but hides the ball the majority of the time through his pitch delivery. He hides it and then pitches. It's a fastball that just misses the zone somewhere, and the County Evans 2-2. Wall got a little bit of a gift there, honestly. And he began his career at Lindsey Wilson University. Only hit in one game where he saw 2 at-bats and was hit by a pitch. Had a good year, though, with the Eagles at the U.S. Sports University. 2.67 batting average there. He's let that bleed into the summer months. The 2-2 pitch, outside half, punch out again, back-to-back Ks. 2 walks, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, but the Hoppers score 2. They take the lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th here at Brooks Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We've got more Hoppers baseball with Hamilton on the mound when we return. Bottom of the 4th at Brooks Stadium. The Hoppers take a 2-1 lead. We see 8 and 9 in the top of the order up for Paducah. The starter for the Hoppers, Hudson Hamilton. He's ready for the righty-righty matchup. Robinson, the first batter, to face him. First pitch, fastball low and misses for a ball. Robinson is 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop. Next pitch comes in. And a called strike on the corner. Evens the count 1-1 for Hamilton against Robinson. Out of Mount St. Joe in Delhi, Ohio. He's a redshirt junior there. Native of Canby, Indiana. 6'2" in the right-handed box to face Hamilton. The 1-1 curveball above the letters. 2-1 lead in the count for Robinson. Robinson leads this team with 12 runs and 5 hit by pitches, but he's been letting a lot of pitches go by. He also leads the team with 18 strikeouts. The 2-1 fastball inside half, called a strike. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes for the right-handed dealer. Hamilton, quite a bit of height himself, stands 6'3", 200 on the right side of the rubber. Fires the even count pitch. It's lifted out into right field shallow. Mueller's coming in and will grab it for out number 1. Got to make a good run for that and cover quite a bit of distance. That brings up Maddox Cope in the 9th spot, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to Alex McGuire in center field. Cope from Benson, Kentucky, stands 5'9" in the right-handed box to face the 6'3" Hudson Hamilton. First pitch of the at-bat. Curveball inside half, misses the zone for ball one. Cope plays at Shawnee Community College, where he had a .294 batting average. So far this summer, he's got a .262. A .446 on base percentage, though. The 1-0 to the plate. Out and towards right center field. That's going to find some grass. That lands for a single. McGuire gets it in quickly. And with one out, one is aboard for Paducah. That brings up Dixon for the Chiefs in the leadoff spot. He's up for the third time today. He's 1 for 1. 1 for 2, excuse me. A strikeout, swinging began the day. After that, he followed it up with a triple. So he's gone 270 around the bases so far. Another one here would tie things up. He represents the go-ahead run in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch at bat, fastball called strike. Hamilton has been starting off a lot of the at-bats with his curveball and decided to go right after him with a fastball there. He's not messing around with Dixon. The 0-1, curveball in the dirt. Count evens, 1-1. Didn't miss by much. Just fell off the table a tad too early against Dixon. Deep breath now set, pick-off move, and not in time. Dixon plays at Wabash Valley, just finished up his freshman year with a .390 batting average. Didn't see too many at-bats, though. A .273 this summer for the Chiefs. Next pitch ripped up the middle and towards center. McGuire gets it in quickly. And now 2 are on after back-to-back simple singles. Cut it on the rope out there. And the Chiefs have something cooking here in the bottom of the fourth with Jackson Supsky, the shortstop, stepping up. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Reached his first time up with a walk and came around and scored for the Chiefs' only run of the game. And he joined the team late. He made his debut against the Hoppers last time we were here in Paducah, Kentucky. He's out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, is where he's from. Hamilton looks back towards second before delivering the first pitch. Curveball lifted out towards McGuire in center. It's shallow. He's giving it a good chase, and it's instead caught by the shortstop, Cade Wall, sliding on his knees to make sure he corrals it. And now there's 2 outs in the inning as runners remain put. And what a grab from Cade Wall coming out there. It almost looked like McGuire and him were going to collide, just like McGuire almost did with Chance Sweeney in left field. But all that matters is they got the out, and again, everyone is okay. Brett Haas will come up after Supsky attacked first pitch. Haas is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles so far today. He's ready in the right-handed box as Hamilton looks in and accepts the sign. The crew pitcher slides step to the plate with a curveball, and it's down in the bottom of the well for a ball. Looks in, trying to even up the count here with runners on first and the second and 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Your Hoppers lead 2-1. Looks back to second twice, and now the pitch to the plate. Fastball, swinging, missing is Haas for strike one. Haas, another really strong bat, has the best on-base percentage of .483. Native of this area, played at St. Mary High School. Now attends Northeastern Mississippi Community College. Hamilton readies, and from the belt fires the 1-1 curveball, and it's fouled off on the left side. And he's ahead against him, 1-2. Haas takes a slow walk back towards the right-handed box. After he had to sit back on that curveball, he started to unload a little way too early and just kind of flipped his hands out there to make sure he fouled it off. Hamilton ready, trying to get out of the inning with the Hoppers still leading. The 1-2 pitch, curveball blasted down the left field line. That'll be plenty foul. Had a good bit of run on it. Count remains 1-2, the Haas. And Hamilton so far in the day has 3 strikeouts. He's given up 1 run on 6 hits. And only 2 walks. The 1-2. Ground ball again. It's foul. Stays alive as Hamilton probably going to go with a chase pitch here. He's still ahead in the count. All 3 of his strikeouts came in the first inning. Could be looking for a 4th right here. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if he goes with that low outside pitch. He's gone inside the past few times, and they've all been fouled off. The 1-2, low and outside, and he will pop it up in the infield. Cade Wall, the shortstop, to call everyone off. Slaughter comes in front of him and catches it and holds on to it for the final out. Thank goodness that'll do it. And no one is hurt yet again. We said that a few times, but also a few times we've said the Hoppers get out of it with no damage coming across. They lead 2-1 as we head to the 5th. Top of the 5th, Hoppers lead the Chiefs here at historic Brooks Stadium where the sun is setting, lights are on. This stadium built back in 1948, finished in 1949. And a great place for some Ohio Valley League action. A 2-3-4 will be at the plate, beginning with Chance Sweeney looking to add some insurance and a contest between these two teams that they're never safe against each other. They both have been firing offensively, punching back and forth, and that should be no different as this game continues later into it. Well, Sweeney's up for the 3rd time. He's 0-1. He reached on a fielder's choice as well as a hit by pitch, so he's gone on both times. He's ready as Kaysen Mitchell works through the windup. Fastball outside, called a strike. Borderline again. Sweeney didn't agree, but he'll be behind in the count. Mitchell's out there for his 2nd inning of work after he came in last inning with no outs and bases loaded. The 0-1. Called strike again. And no balls and 2 strikes. If you're just now joining us, Mitchell, last time we were here at Brooks Stadium, he had the start, went 6 innings of no-hit baseball. He had the Hoppers number throughout, only allowed 1 walk. That one's ripped out towards center field. Good chase from Javon Andrews, who dives and gets past him. Sweeney's going around first, going for a second. Throw comes in. It is not caught. Sweeney's in with a double. Leadoff man in scoring position for the Hoppers as they look to tack on a couple more. That brings up Evan Jacob in the 3 spot. DH today. Sweeney took an awkward step around first. Wasn't expecting originally to go around. That is ruled a hit. I would have been shocked if it wasn't. It took a little bit of an awkward step, and if that was caught by the second baseman over there, Max Cope, could have been possibly an out instead. Well, the Hoppers take it, and Evan Jacob readies with an 0-for-2 start to his day. A couple of flyouts, one the left field, one the right field. Kaysen Mitchell, the leg kick, and goes back towards second, no throw over. Jacob was red hot when the season began here in the southern Kentucky area. He's been a little cold recently, though. Went 0-for-5 in his last game against Paducah. High and outside for ball one to begin the at-bat. Hasn't really gotten a hit in any recent games either. He had a 3-game hitting streak at one point, and that's been squandered. He hasn't gotten a hit since. 1-0, dribbler over on the left side, grabbed by the third baseman. He'll run Sweeney back towards second. It's grabbed by the first baseman, pulled him off the bag. He tried to tag him. They're going to rule him safe. Fans are in disbelief as Jacob will get on. And I was going to say, now they're going to rule him out. That's overturned, and there's one away. I was surprised that wasn't an out originally. I'm not going to lie. Good job from Brett Haas at third to run Sweeney back and then throw the out over there. Chris Benny's going to go have a conversation with our home plate and field umpires. And I think I might need to apologize for Jacob. The first time I brought up that he had that 3-game hit streak is when he started to stop hitting and hasn't gotten a hit since. So might be my fault. Also might have double jinxed him is what I thought if he got on there with a hit. So Benny's going to return back to the dugout after getting his explanation. Seems satisfied enough with it. 1 out, Brennan Mueller, the new batter. Mueller 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Reached last time on a walk and came around and scored. As the first run of the game to tie things up, has got a man in scoring position. Mueller had the best OPS on the team for quite a while. Now batting .400 with a .500 on base percentage, and is hitting .500 with runners in scoring position. First pitch from Mitchell to Mueller. It's right down the pipe for a called strike. Mueller didn't see the plate really at all this past spring with the Pioneers at Duval State Community College. Had one at-bat where he struck out on it. And he's been showing this summer why he deserves a whole lot more. The 0-1, it's right down the middle again. Back-to-back strikeouts that couldn't be any more middle. So no balls, 2 strikes with Sweeney still standing on second and McCartan, the catcher, on deck. Sweeney starts to get a lead off as Mitchell, still standing on the backside now, toes the rubber. Mueller ready in a hole at the plate. The 0-2 delivery. Outside, too far. There's a ball. Good eye for Mueller. See a few of those out there be called, but that one ran off by a couple too many of inches. So he'll look in again. Mueller trying to help tack on some insurance for the Hoppers. The 1-2 with Sweeney takes off for third way outside, and there's no throw down from Carson Rhea. There's a stolen base from Sweeney, and the first swiped bag of the day for the Hoppers. Now the insurance is 90 feet away with an even 2-2 count and 1 out for Mueller. Top of the 5th inning, 2-1's the score in favor of your Hoptown Hoppers over the Paducah Chiefs. Casey Mitchell, leg kick, fires. Mueller stays alive after fouling, and it's in the backstop. Mueller's a guy who just needs to keep swinging as well. He's made contact with over 73% of the pitches he's swung at this summer. So if he goes after it, he's probably going to get it. Well, I jinxed him right there. He swings and misses for a strikeout. Oh, he tipped it a little, apparently. That's another thing that's plagued him is that's his second strikeout of the day, 2 outs in the inning, and that brings up Ryan McCartan. Mueller has sometimes been a little overly aggressive at the plate. He's just wants strikes and only strikes. You see him get up there, and he'll be ahead in the count 2-0, 3-0, and he's almost upset that he's not seeing a strike. He wants to hit when he's at the plate. It's gotten him a few times, as now he's at 10 strikeouts in the summer. But we'll have another chance later this game. Ryan McCartan, the new batter, curveball first pitch, misses the zone for ball 1. McCartan's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field, came around and scored after reaching on a walk in the 4th inning. Trying to replicate that with Sweeney standing on third and Scheid on deck. Mitchell, the leg kick, comes to the plate. Curveball again. He tried it and ran off the corner. 2-0 is the count. Was well into the opposite batter's box on the pitch. Everyone resets. 2 balls, no strikes. Mitchell from the stretch delivers fastball on the inside corner for a called strike 1. Look at McCartan, who really lifted his average last time he played. It was against the Paducah Chiefs. He went 2 for 2 with 2 walks. He was the player of the game back at Tiger Field. That one's way upstairs, and it's a 3-1 count. And McCartan had a great game against Paducah last time. That's the leads his team with 8 walks and has been batting .250 with runners in scoring position. Now a .231 batting average after he's only gotten 3 hits, 1 other hit so far this summer on 13 at-bats. So really helped him in that game. Pitch is right down Broadway, and there's another strike. Count runs full with 2 outs in the inning. Hoppers have a runner standing on third, but you got to bring him in. Something we talked about on the broadcast last night. They've been able to get guys on and move him over. They just haven't been able to get him across as often. The full count pitch. It's a fastball in the zone for a strikeout. I'll do it for the top of the 5th. We played half of this one. A runner standing on third, but nothing comes across. We lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, your Hoppers lead 2-1 against the Paducah Chiefs in Game 16 of the year. They're in first place with an 11-4 record. Paducah in third with a 9-6 record. Join us here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. Colin Crithers bring you today's Juneteenth action of Ohio Valley League Baseball. Trivia question today. Let's play some trivia. How this will work is you're watching this on YouTube. You can reply with your answer in the chat. I'll ask you a question and give you a multiple choice answers. You can give what your answer will be. We'll give you the question and the choices of answers after this leadoff batter. Jace England comes up to face Hudson Hamilton, still the pitcher. First pitch, curveball outside. For ball 1, England is 0 for 2. He's reached both times on fielder's choice. He's got Trey Dooley in the 5 spot on deck and Carson Reed in the hole. Hudson Hamilton, the 1-0 delivery. And it's fouled off on the right side in front of the Hoptown dugout. County evens 1 ball and 1 strike to Jace England. Again, committed to play at the JUCO level at Dyersburg State Community College. Hamilton accepts the sign and readies for the pitch. Deals inside on a fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hamilton's kind of been dancing around that even count pitch every single at-bat. It seems like he's been going 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, and then getting out of it from there. The 2-1, and keeps the streak alive with a curveball in zone. Now it's a 2-2 count. Look at the pattern. I love that. There's some action down in the Paducah bullpen. Nothing for the Hoppers warming up. 2-2 delivery. Hamilton, and it's fouled off. In the bullpen for Paducah, they've got number 16, Jake Morris from Hanover. We've seen him a couple times, and Well, we've had his number from what I remember. And right after this at-bat, we'll have your trivia question of the day. 2-2 pitch. Hudson Hamilton delivers, and it's fouled off on the left side. Runs out of play and near the Paducah dugout. Bounces near the street that's right behind us. Again, this is a beautiful field, all dirt and grass. It's also the home of one of the local high school baseball teams. Right next door is a pure dirt softball field, home to that same high school softball team. 2-2 pitch again from Hamilton. Curveball on the outside, misses the zone, and the count runs full. Look at the first 4 innings so far in the day. Hamilton's gotten the leadoff guy out 3 of those times. He's done well getting the leadoff guy out, and most at-bats so far this summer, as that one's fouled again, and this is a really good fight from Jace England in the box. And Hamilton, now the 3 out today in 4 innings of work, has gotten the leadoff guy out 11 times in 17 innings, so 16 times that hasn't happened. Hamilton shakes off quite a few signs before now readying for the full count pitch. The try to finish the at-bat with Jace England. Curveball out toward left center field. Chance Sweeney will call off McGuire, and it's caught for out number 1. Let's do your trivia question of the day now for this contest. Like the Hoppers, the Paducah Chiefs also played in the original Kitty League back in 1903 under the same Chiefs name. And after both teams' final season in 1955, the Chiefs would return back to play in the Ohio Valley League in what year? Was it 2014, 2015, 2016, or 2017? There's your trivia question of the day. We'll ask you again at the end of the inning, and then we'll give you your answer in the top of the 6th. First pitch out towards right center field. Mueller gets over his head. Trey Dooley going for a second, and he's going to round hard, digging for a triple. Throw comes in, Slaughter throws over the third, and there's our second triple of the day for the Chiefs. Dooley is now 2 for 3 with a double and a triple. And one on and 90 feet away with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. The Chiefs look to tie things up with the catcher, Carson Reed, stepping up. He's 0 for 1 with a pop out in foul territory to Connor Scheidt at first base. He also reached back in the first inning on a walk, though. Remember, you can participate in today's trivia question by responding in the YouTube chat. First pitch, fastball down the pipe for strike 1. We'll ask you the question again at the end of the inning and give you the final answer in the top half of the 6th. Hudson Hamilton leg kicks, and the curveball swing and missing for Reed, and he's in an 0-2 hole to Hamilton. Hamilton so far today has only 3 strikeouts, all coming in the first inning. Looking to buy one here. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Slaughter at second and Scheidt at first base are kind of pinched in a little bit towards the plate. Left side of the infield playing about normal. The 1-2 from Hudson Hamilton, and it's through into left field in the air. Dooley's going to score, and we're tied 2-2. RBI single for Carson Reed was still 1 out. And that brings up Javon Andrews. Andrews over 2 with a strikeout, a ground out to the shortstop. And now Chris Benny is coming out. Looks like Jack Hagg is warming up quickly in the Hoptown bullpen. Working as quickly as he can over there. So right now you're just buying time and making sure Hamilton's feeling okay. We'll have a runner on first and 1 out with a tie to ball game. We can take a look. I'll tell you in a moment how many pitches Hamilton is at on the day. As everything loads for me, Hamilton has thrown 95 pitches, so it was about time that he's probably going to be done for the day. And his 4 appearances and 14 innings pitched before this game, he's thrown 217 total pitches, which means he's throwing about 54 pitches per outing. He has well surpassed that in this game. That is absolutely for sure. Well, meeting is adjourned as the Hoptown Hoppers skipper is taking the slow walk back to their dugout. And Javon Andrews will be the batter for the Paducah Chiefs to face Hamilton, still out there with Hag warming up. Andrews is a sophomore out of Hobart, Indiana, plays at Vincennes. Leads this team with 12 runs. Hamilton first pitch after the meeting is low outside in the dirt. 1-0 after the fastball missed. You got Robinson on deck and Cope in the hole, and you could assume this might be one of the last batters that Hudson faces. He got one or two left probably, depending on what happens in this at-bat. Swing and miss from Andrews. Count evens 1-1. Also depends on if Andrews gets a hit here or if he's out. So how quickly you can get out of this at-bat and what happens. Definitely hoping for a ground ball, double play, and you'll have 5 complete innings of work out of your start. Curveball out towards shallow center field. McGuire, good chase, and Wall will call everyone off. He's caught it for the second out, and Reed goes back into first base with 2 away. Rob is in the new batter in the 8th spot. He's pulling left field today. He's also over 2 with a ground down, a fly out to right field. Hamilton will stay in. It looks like no one walking out there, and Hag's still warming up. He slowed down as he realized he got a bit more time. First pitch to the Mount St. Joseph Cougar, and he attacks. Fly ball to center field, McGuire, and he'll catch it for out number 3. Hamilton gets out of it, only giving up 1 run. He's gone 5 complete innings as we're tied heading to the 6th. Let's ask you the trivia question of the game yet again here for today's bit of action. Like the Hoppers, the Paducah Chiefs also played in the original Kitty League back in 1903 under the same Chiefs name. And after both teams' final season in 1955, Paducah will return as the Chiefs to play in the Ohio Valley League in what year? Is it A, 2014, B, 2015, C, 2016, or D, 2017? Tell me what you think, and we'll give you the answer when we return in the 6th. Top the 6th in Paducah, Kentucky. No one wanted to have some fun and give a go and guess at our trivia question. That's okay. We'll give you the answer anyway. Again, our question was the Chiefs, also like the Hoppers, played in the original Kitty League. In what year did they return to play as the Paducah Chiefs in the Ohio Valley League? Your answer was D. 2017 is when they returned to action here at historic Brooks Stadium. Connor Scheit, the first batter of the inning, inside with a curveball from Mitchell on the mound still for ball 1. So, yeah, the Hoppers were also named the Hoptown Hoppers back in 1903. Same with the Paducah Chiefs. They played in that KIT Kitty League. Fastball inside for ball 2. The Connor Scheit at the dish. If you're unfamiliar with what that was, it was a minor league baseball league And it was just KIT was the initials. It represented Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee. The 1-0 out towards left field, and good chase from Jack Robinson on the chalk, and he's grabbed it for the out. One away in the inning as that brings up Zach Hampton. It was KIT for Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee. The I sometimes represented Illinois. That's just where all the teams were located in the league. And that was seeing a lot of teams go on and off from 1903 to 1955. And the teams in the Ohio Valley League kind of rebranded and are named after them, still with that idea in mind for that league. And now playing the college level. Fastball gassed up in the zone for strike one. Hampton left it there. 0-1 the count for the third baseman, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Reached last time with a single. Curveball in the zone. He's in a 0-2 spot. Hampton, if you didn't know, not only a really good two-way player for UMHB and the Hoppers, he also was an Eagle Scout growing up. The 0-2 in the dirt with the curveball, 1-2 the count. If you're unfamiliar with how that works, because I never did Boy Scouts, I wasn't familiar with all the hierarchy and rankings, but an Eagle Scout is the highest and most prestigious rank attainable for a Boy Scout. So he completed it all the way up to the best part you could be. The 1-2 pitch, fastball right up the middle, and smoked in the center for a single. Hampton's on, and there's still only one out. Yeah, an Eagle Scout, and pretty much just means it's only achieved by so many people in a really small percentage of Boy Scouts. It represents a lifetime commitment to leadership, community service, and outdoor preparedness is what it says. So, cool little factoid on Zach Hampton as he gets on with the single, his second of the day. Caden Slaughter, the new batter. He's over 2 with a ground out to the shortstop and right back to the pitcher. He battles now Kason Mitchell for the second time. Right back up the middle again. That one off the mound to the second baseman. Flipped to second for 1 out and twisted over the first for the double play. 4-6-3 retires the Hoppers as we head now to the bottom of the 6th, tied on the road in Game 16 of the season, 2-2. We'll be right back with more Hoppers baseball after the break. Bottom of the 6th here at historic Brooks Stadium. New pitcher out of the bullpen for the Hoppers. That'll do it for Hudson Hamilton. He will go 5 innings, giving up 2 runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Jack Hagg out there for the red and black to take on the Paducah Chiefs. He's out there for a second time this year. He went 2 innings in his only outing against Madisonville. That was back at home. He saw no runs come across on 2 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Hagg's first pitch from the right side of the rubber. Fastball, ground ball over to Connor Scheit, who walks it over the first base for a quick out to begin in the bottom of the 6th. That was Max Cope with the ground out. And now top the order due up for the Chiefs. Jack Hagg, the senior out of Northeastern State University, home of the Riverhawks. He spent his first 2 years, though, with Butler Community College, where he made 19 appearances in 2025. Already after throwing one pitch and getting it out, Dixon, fastball outside, called strike. Dixon is 2 for 3 with a triple and a single. One of 2 triples so far for the Chiefs. They've been going around pretty well. Unhitching the trailer and running after I put it in the gap. 0-1, found out a play, and Hagg's got him in an 0-2 hole. He's thrown 3 pitches, all for strikes. Hagg this past year had a 6.86 ERA for Northeastern State in 17 appearances. He went 19 and 2 innings of work, giving up 19 runs, only 15 earned on 27 hits, 12 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Works through the windup with an 0-2 count. Hagg, the pitch, and it's fouled off again. Hagg also served as a two-way guy. He saw the plate a couple times. I wouldn't really say not much of a two-way. He's listed only as a pitcher for Northeastern State. But he had 4 at-bats, 2 of them being hits. Both were singles. The 0-2 pitch from Hagg, and he gets him swinging and missing for a strikeout, 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Great punch out, brings up Jackson Supski. He's 0 for 2. He reached on a walk and is one of the only 2 runs for the Chiefs, as this one's still tied in the bottom half of the 6th inning. As it starts to get late here in Game 16 of the 2026 summer season. The shortstop ready to the right-handed box to face Hagg. First pitch, fastball paints the corner for strike 1. Hagg has been nailing the strike zone. Pretty much know you can swing at it, but good luck catching up to it. That velo's got some good uptick. Shakes off a couple of signs and now accepts from Ryan McCartan. Goes through the windup, the 0-1. But some mustard on that one. Gasses it up for strike 2. Hagg has thrown a strike every pitch so far. No balls, 2 strikes. I think he actually threw 1 ball. But still. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Looking to go 3 up, 3 down. Hagg readies. Goes through the windup. Deals. Ground ball over the strike. Gets underneath his glove out into right field. Rounding first hard. And will hold up as the throw comes in from Brennan Mueller with a 2-out single. Supski finally catches up to one. And that'll bring up Brett Haas, the third baseman, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a pop out to the second baseman, Caden Slaughter. Haas stands 6-2, ready. He's in the right-handed box to face Jack Hagg, who, he's gassing him up with a fastball. He's attacking right after these guys. Just one that was out of the reach from Connor Scheidt over at first. Decent attempt on it. First pitch, fastball, and sure enough, a strike. Swing and missing is Hayes. No balls, 1 strike. Haas could try the off-speed here, but hey, why not go back to the fastball? You just blew it right by him. The 0-1 pitch again goes to that curveball, misses downstairs, and the count evens 1-1. So everyone slowly resets. Cade Wall is practicing his swing at shortstop. Love it. Won't look in. Hagg shakes off 2 signs. Now ready is from the stretch. The leg kick, and that one's in the dirt. Blocked by McCartan. 2-1 is the count. Runner stays at first. Really good block there from McCartan to keep Supski there. And McCartan's done well defensively this year. He's had some really good blocks. He's also thrown a few guys out and had a couple runners caught stealing. Not a guy you really want to go on. He's a good threat behind the plate. 2-1 pitch. Fastball runs off the plate for ball 3. So after Subski had been plastering the zone in his first 3 at-bats, he has fallen behind and given Haas a hitter's count. Got Jake England on deck and Trey Dooley in the hole. The 3-1 pitch from Hag is chopped over on the left side, I believe foul. Yeah, hit off his foot. So the count will be 3-2. He'll take a minute to walk that one off. Surely did not feel good whatsoever. And Hag played at Northeastern State with the Riverhawks this past year, as Chris Benny's asking for a quick explanation on why that one was foul. Because it landed in fair territory. Hampton grabbed it, but I believe that did get off his foot. So just asking again to make sure if it did get off his foot or if it hit in the front of the box, why they're calling it foul. He gets his explanation and now returns back to the dugout. Count 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Haas looks down the third and now ready to get into the right-handed box. The matchup continues as Hag looks to get out of this inning in 4 batters. Looks in for the sign, accepts. Looks over the first, no throw over. Throws to the plate, the full count pitch down low for a walk. Chiefs went 2 up, 2 down, and then the next 2 get on with a single and a free pass with a walk. England, the new batter, who's 0 for 3. He's reached twice, both on fielder's choice. And a fly out to left field. England in the left-handed boxer waits the pitch from Hag, who's still looking in for the sign, accepts the second one after shaking off the first. Looks back towards second, delivers the pitch, swinging and popped up in the infield. Near foul territory, Hampton tracks it over and has caught it for the final out. A little bit of a scare, started to get away from Hag there, but they end the inning against Jace England, still tied 2-2 as we head to the back third of play here in Paducah, Kentucky. Top the 7th, 2/3 of the way through. Tied 2-2 between the Hoppers And the Chiefs, it'll be 9 with Alex McGuire on top of the order for the Hoppers. New pitcher in for the Chiefs. They bring in Nathan Bodenberg, a sophomore from Westfield, Indiana, who pitches with the Hanover Panthers. The righty stands 5'10", and the first pitch to McGuire off speed outside for ball 1. Bodenberg is one of the very few Hanover Panthers that's done very well against the Hoppers so far this year. The Hanover Panther counterparts have struggled, and Hoppers have had their number. The 1-0. Fastball downstairs and 2-0 count to McGuire. And the 2 appearances that Bodenberg's had against the Hoppers, he's given up no runs on 2 hits and 3 strikeouts and only 2 walks. I'll tell you a season total here in a moment as he works through and delivers a 2-0 pitch inside. It runs, and it's a 3-0 count to McGuire. On the season total, though, Bodenberg has gone 10 2/3 in 6 appearances, giving up 3 runs, only 2 earned on 12 hits, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Now ready for the 3-0 pitch, and fastball's in there for a called strike. Not right down the middle, so you got to make sure he reins himself in. Thought they were going with Jake Morris for a bit. As I look down to the Hoppers dugout, there is some action, not really warming up, but it's Gage Montes that's starting to stretch out and toss. 3-1 pitch to McGuire, ground ball on the left side, foul. Leaping grab from Brett Haas, and he's not able to get to it before it's in foul territory. Remember last time we were here, this is the inning that the Hoppers finally broke out. They struggled, were no hit through 6 innings, and in the 10th they saw 10 batters. In the 7th inning, they saw 10 batters come up 5 runs and force sudden death a little bit later. McGuire swings through the next pitch, and he's down on strikes for the second time today. 1 out, and the top of the order up for the 4th time. It'll be Cade Wall. It's another reason that see a new pitcher in there. Wall's seen quite a few guys at this point, and you know, it's really hard to keep adjusting at-bat to at-bat with new pitchers every single time. Wall is 0 for 3. He reached on air. The other 2 times have been punch-outs. Starts to square around and held it as that one was way outside, but it's going to be a strike. Did not pull back at all. So it was an easy call for a home plate umpire. Bodenberg works through the windup and delivers the 0-1 way outside with a curveball. Count evens 1 apiece for Wall at the plate. Not surprised he tried squaring around there. Third baseman pulling back, and Wall's the guy I would expect more than anyone on this Hoppers roster to try to lay one down there. The 1-1 pitch squares around again and bunts it backwards in the foul territory. 1-2 is the count with 1 out. You know his favorite player is Bobby Witt Jr. He's got the speed like him. And he dreams of being a college coach after he's done playing, so doing the other side of things. He's minoring in sports coaching with a major in business administration, so starting to put the right steps in order to get there. The 1-2 out towards center field on a line. Going back and dies in the air. Javon Andrews has caught it for out number 2. Chance Sweeney, the next batter, who's 1 for 2 on the day. He's got a double and has reached every single time. He reached on a fielder's choice. He reached on a hit by pitch, and, of course, the double last time up in the 5th inning. He was the only one to get on. And he ran all the way over the 3rd after a stolen base, and no one was able to bring him in. Now up in the left-handed box, first pitch. He starts the thought about it, and he stopped in time for ball 1. Fastball ran off the up right side corner. Works through the windup again. Sweeney swings and fouls it into the dirt. Goes backwards. The count evens 1 ball and 1 strike for Sweeney. The Warhawk out of Auburn, Montgomery. At a 2.56 batting average with the Warhawks of the Gulf South Conference, a D2 squad. They didn't have the prettiest year. They went 11-37, ending their season on a 9-game losing streak. Things have definitely been different here with the Hoppers. They sit in first place. Fastball, and that one smoked by him for a strike. Didn't even attempt to go around on it. Or Sweeney, even though he has, a solid day so far, has been lights out against Paducah. 8 for 12 against them coming into this game. The 1-2 delivery from Bodenberg. Chopper on the right side. And it's going to be in no man's land. Sweeney's going to leg out a single. And he's on with the 2-out base hit. It was such a slow roller that no one could get to it. It was too far out of reach from Bodenberg on the mound. First baseman Jace England couldn't really charge. And there's no way the second baseman Max Cope was going to get to it. It was, I guess, somehow the only way you find no man's land in the infield. Evan Jacob to follow it up and try to start a 2-out rally so the Hoppers can take a lead here in the 7th inning and give their pitcher Jack Hagg some room to work with. Bodenberg is now working from the stretch. The face Jacob, a throw-over move, the first. He'll slide in safely. Jacob's 0 for 3 with a pair of flyouts and a ground out last time he was up to the third baseman, Brett Haas. In that situation, he actually ran Sweeney back to second base and then threw over. It pulled the first baseman, England, off the bag, and he tagged him before he could reach first base for the out. Now the first pitch of the at-bat, Jacob, ground ball in the left side. Foul territory is fielded by the third base coach, Max Kirby. 0-1 the count. Give Kirby some credit over there. Yeah, and I say it a few times, but I'll bring it up today. No banana rules because the Savannah Bananas are playing over in Cincinnati. They had T. Higgins come in as a pinch runner, showing off the speed. So they're playing over in Great American Ballpark as the Reds are shockingly getting their runs scored against them in due fashion. 4-0, they trail to the Yankees. Pickoff move again, not in time. Shocker, shocker, the Reds are losing. You haven't heard that one before, have you? No balls, 1 strike still to Evan Jacob as he awaits the pitch from Bodenberg. Slide step, runner takes off. It's right down the middle for a strike. Throw is down. Sweeney slides in for the second stolen base of the day. Look at that from Sweeney. He's got 2 swipes, and now he's at 6 stolen bases on the summer. Now man in scoring position for Jacob, but count should be 0-2. Scoreboard reads 1-1. I'm telling you it's 0-2. That was right down the pipe. Yeah, there it is. They're correcting it to be 0-2. So now Bodenberg sets and tries to get out of the inning with no damage and still a tied game. Pickoff move over the second, no throw over. So Jacob gets a moment to reset and await the 0-2 pitch. Bodenberg toes the rubber and is set from the stretch. From the belt, he fires, and Jacob a ground ball on the left side. Haas, the third baseman, with a backhand, and he mans the hot corner well. He throws it over the first in time for the final out. Stretch time here at Brooks Stadium. Your Hoppers still tied with the Chiefs 2-2. Bottom of the 7th here in Paducah, Kentucky. We're tied at 2. We've got a great ball game here in the Ohio Valley League. You won't want to go anywhere. You want to finish this one right here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network and Colin Crithers. Bring you today's action, and we can look at some scores around the Ohio Valley League while we wait for the inning to begin. Henderson Flash on the road against the Madisonville Miners. That score 2-0 in favor of the Miners, though they're delayed in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Railroaders are on the road taking on the Full Count Rhythm. Railroaders are scoring right now, but they trail 8-3 in the top of the 6th in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Hag is still your pitcher. He'll face Trey Dooley. First pitch, curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Yeah, right here he'll battle the part of the Paducah order that's made the biggest impact so far in the day. Trey Dooley, Carson Reed, and Javon Andrews. Dooley's 2 for 3 with a double and a triple as well as a run. He'll rope one down the left field line, and it's foul by an inch. Hopper fans, you just got saved. Count will be 1-1. Dooley ripped that one down the line. Instead, returns back to the right-handed box. Yeah, he's 2 for 3 with a double and a triple. Behind him is Carson Reed, who's got a base hit that brought him in. And Javon Andrews, who was put a couple in play, hasn't gotten on, though. No ball. 1-1 the count. Swing and miss to go Dooley on the curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hags ahead. He's only gone 1 inning of work so far, so 5 batters gave up a hit, a walk, and had a strikeout. No runs scored against him. Been a light-scoring game. Pitching has been relying on the defense as the righty. Fastball down the middle, and Dooley late fouls it off. A nice pitcher's duel if you're into that, mostly with the help of some really good defense in this one. In total, we've seen, I want to say only 10 strikeouts in this game. Foul ball again. Dooley stays alive. Hopper's striking out more. They've struck out a total of 6 times. The Chiefs have stricken out 4 times. Wow, my math is genius. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Hag readies again on the right side of the rubber. Goes through the windup. The pitch to Dooley. Out towards the right field line and foul. Lands beyond the Hoppers bullpen. Gage Motz is no longer warming up down there, so either they're holding him off or, more assumably, he's ready. He's kind of doing some more stretches to keep warm. Could see him come in, try to help finish this game off at some point here soon. Through the windup again, fires, and it's fouled off again. Dooley. Nothing but foul ball after foul ball after foul ball to stay alive. He spent the past year, again, not playing it with an injury. Committed to play at Southern Illinois next year in the Missouri Valley Conference. Now there's a 1-2 pitch again. Dooley stays alive. Hank's tried a lot of different things. He's tried the curveball. He's tried the fastball. He's changed locations, eye levels, inside out. And, yeah, he just keeps staying alive. Dooley finding any way possible to do his due diligence. He leads his team with 18 hits coming into the game, now at 20 with his 2 extra base hits. The 1-2 pitch again, skipped in the dirt, 2-2 the count. Dooley at the beginning of the summer may have, it sounds crazy, but may have swung like that as if he was Javier Baez because he was almost overly aggressive, just anxious to get back out there, and it costs him a few at-bats. He's really bounced back and settled in, now batting .305. He's done well. As the seasons progress, Hag finally gets the punch out and a long strewn out at-bat. Second K for Hag on the day. My goodness, did that take quite a while. Carson Reed, the new batter, with a 1-for-2 day, a single and a walk so far. Also popped up in foul territory to Connor Scheid at first. Score still tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. First place versus third place in the Ohio Valley League. Hag to Reed, and that one's in the dirt for ball 1. And Carson Reed out of Mayfield, Kentucky, stands 5'10". In the right-handed box, plays at Vincennes. Leads the team with 3 doubles. Played at Graves County High School, where he watches one right down the pipe for a called strike on a fastball. Count even 1-1. Graves County, he was nominated for the Johnny Bench Award, which kind of ironic. He played for the Reds, though he was inspired by Cardinals legend Yadier Molina. The 1-1 delivery from Hag, right back up the middle, off the glove of Hag. Second baseman Slaughter loves it, and it's scooped up by Scheit for out number 2. Four 3 ground out, and Hag's looking to go 3 up, 3 down again as he faces Javon Andrews. I say again, even though he didn't last inning, as he went 2 up, 2 down, then there was a single and a walk before he finally got out of the inning. So he's in the same spot here. Got the first 2 guys out, one with a strikeout and one with a ground out like he did last inning, but now has to try to finish off the 7th. First pitch of the righty Andrews is right down the middle with a fastball for a called strike. Beautiful pitch there. Blown by him. Andrews 0 for 3 with a strikeout. A ground down to pop out to the shortstop, Cade Wall, and shallow center field. The 0-1 delivery. Fastball again. And Hag will field it. Runs over the first and flips to the Scheit. 3 up, 3 down go the Chiefs. Hag retires him in order as we're still tied at 2. Headed to the 8th when we return. The Hoppers will see 4, 5, 6 due up at the plate. Two innings left before we could possibly see sudden death for the second straight time at Brooks Stadium. And Paducah's been used to this. They've had quite a few sudden death games, and they've been winning most of them. The Paducah faithful holding strong here at historic Brooks Stadium for this exciting baseball game. It's been back and forth, especially defensively. Brennan Mueller will be the first batter to get us rolling with 4, 5, 6 to come to the plate. Bodenberg still the pitcher. First pitch out towards center field and shallow. It's actually in the infield and caught by Maddox Cope after Mueller spiked the bat in frustration. I don't blame him because he barely missed it. Just got a little unlucky with where he caught it off the bat. And there's one away. Ryan McCartan will come up after the 1 pitch, 1 out. For the windup is Bodenberg. Pitches to McCartan. He swings to the first one again. Over the right field and in no man's land. He's going to reach with a single. McCartan gets on for the second time today with his first base hit. He also reached on a walk, and now he's 1 for 3 on the day. Nice piece of hitting there from McCartan. If you go back to that game last time we were here in Paducah, he was the tying run in the 9th inning, the 4th sudden death on his birthday. Or the day after his birthday, I believe it was, actually. I take that back. It was the day after his birthday. His birthday was when we were at Henderson in that 10-9 victory, and he had a runner caught stealing to help shut the door. He takes off for a second as the pitch comes to the plate. Throw is down. McCord on the backside of the bag. Won't matter. He's calling out. McCartan gets a taste of his own medicine. It's caught stealing by Carson Reed, and now there's 2 outs in the inning with Connor Scheidt still up at the plate with a 1-0 count. Didn't see the call, so I'm going to trust the scoreboard. Didn't see him call a strike, though it looked like it was there. So 1-0, Bodenberg through the windup to Scheidt. Ground ball on the right side. Matty Scope scoops it up, and it's gobbled by Jace England at first. Hoppers retired in order to go 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 2-2 game, don't go anywhere. We're looking at an electric finish in Paducah. Bottom of the 8th, Jack Hagg will still be the pitcher for your Hoptown Hoppers. He's back out there for now his 3rd inning of work. He will face in the lineup for the Chiefs 8-9 in the top of the order, beginning with Jack Robinson. And we're still tied 2-2. We're looking for a great finish here on the road. Hoppers have been working quickly, but it's also not been to their benefit at the plate. They've gone out quickly in a good ball game. It's about 8:50 local time in the Central Time Zone, about just over 2 hours and 20 minutes into this game. Hagg delivers to Robinson, who squares around, and it was a ball. They'll see if he kept it out there long enough. He did not. He pulled back in time for a ball. Late call from our first base umpire. Cool guy, kind of before the game, who is doing everything to keep himself cool in this very toasty evening. The 1-0 squares around again, pulls back in time. That one way outside of the 2-0 count. I don't blame him. Wearing all black, and you got the pants on. None of it, you got extra gear on. None of it's warm, and it's, very, very hot out here throughout the summer. The 2-0 pitch, fastball below the knees, and there's a 3-0 start to Robinson. Robinson's 0 for 3. He's put them all in play. Again, strikeouts haven't defined this game on either side. The 3-0 squares around, pulls back, and there's a 4-pitch walk to begin the inning. And now you got the go-ahead run on first, and Max Cope coming up. You're sniffing some danger. You've struggled a little bit at the plate, and if you give up a run here, well, you have to score in the top of the 9th to force the bottom half of the inning and hopefully sudden death or try to take the lead. Max Cope, again, the batter, who's 1 for 3 with a single back in the 4th inning. He's only went around the second base, so hasn't scored. He squares around, pulls back, goes all the way to the backstop with a pitch. Robinson easily moves up on the wild pitch to second. He's in scoring position. And a 1-0 count, 5 consecutive misses for Hagg on the mound. First true wild pitch of the game. And it goes against the Hoppers. Chiefs are looking for their typical late game dramatics. They do have someone warming up in the bullpen. And they've done fantastic in the later portions of ball games, especially forcing and winning a lot of sudden deaths. Next pitch, Called strike at the letters. There it is. Hag is back in the zone. Count even 1-1 after the 4-pitch walk. On deck is Andrew Dixon at the top of the order. Connor Scheid is playing well in on the grass. Everyone else about normal in the infield. Hag looks back to second, a second time. Now delivers to the plate. Squares around, bunt. Right back up to Hag. Throws to third, and they put the tag down. Hampton's got it. Robinson out there. Look at the leadoff guy. What an out for the Hoppers. And I got to give credit to Ryan McCurtain, the catcher in that one. It was bunted right back to Hag, obviously. He's not looking at the runners, so McCurtain lifts his head up and goes, all right, where is Robinson right now in proportion to going to third? He realized he had not gone a good jump off the bunt, so he immediately looks at Hag, who looks at him and says, go there. He points over the third, so Hag spins over, throws it, and sure enough, they get the leadoff runner out. So now a runner on first and one out. Andrew Dixon pitched right down the middle for a called strike. And beautiful play. As Dixon up for the fifth time is 2 for 4. Triple and a single and 2 strikeouts. The 0-1 pitch from Hag. Right down the middle again. He went way early on the swing, could not connect. He's at an 0-2 hole against Jack Hag. Boy, what an at-bat this would be right here if he can get a strikeout. After the single that he advanced on, or the walk, that he advanced on in the wild pitch, put himself in scoring position. Trying to get out of it here. Ground ball over on the right side. Slaughter picks it up, throws a second. They get the out there. No throw over the first for the double play. They get the leadoff out again. And there's back-to-back fielder's choice. Jackson Supsky will come up after the near party ball. We heard that term that I want to start using a bit more from Brady Leonard at one point when he joined us for third inning with the Hoppers. He mentioned that one of the grad assistants at UIndy has called double plays party balls. And, yeah, I'm going to use that at some point. I'm going to tell you right now. I'll be straight up. Supsky is 1 for 3. He's also reached on a walk that he scored on. One of the only 2 runs for the Chiefs, 4 in total in this game. Righty and righty matchup as Supsky is ready now in the box. Hag's been getting outs left and right. First pitch is a fastball down the middle for a called strike. Hag last inning went 3 up, 3 down. Only saw 5 come up the inning before with a walk and a single. This inning it's been a walk and a couple of fielder's choice. He's been really solid and been in the zone quite well outside of his 1 walk this inning. Pitch downstairs. The county evens 1-1. Even his other walk, he worked Haas pretty well. So it was that one at bat that really got it away from him against Robinson. Outside of that, he has been blitzing the zone. The 1-1 ground ball over the Hampton. He backhands it on one knee. Throw across the diamond over the first. Pulls Scheid off the bag. He's safe. Runners on first and second after the E5. Still no hit in the inning. Dixon moves in the scoring position. Supsky on first, and Haas, the batter. Haas is a really good bat. He comes in to this at-bat 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a walk. He's got 20 hits on the year, tied for the most with Trey Dooley, who also has 20 after his 2 hits today. Also has the best on-base percentage on the team. He recorded 9 RBIs on 15 walks as well, which leads the team. Swings at the first pitch, and it's out of play into the stands on the right side. 0-1 the count. So Haas not only seeing the ball well at the plate, getting a lot of hits, he has the most walks, which obviously results in that best on-base percentage. Hag looks in for the sign from Ryan McCartan. He'll accept the first one with runners on first and second. And 2 outs. The 0-1 delivery. Curveball below the knees for a ball. Do technically have a bag open with Jace England on deck. And England has gone on twice, but he technically doesn't have a hit. Both times he reached for on fielder's choice. And he's flown out and popped out in his previous 2 since. Curveball runs off the corner, 2-1 the count now. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I wouldn't exactly give Brett Haas anything to hit well in this part. Keep giving them chase pitches. You can battle against England, but, I mean, bases loaded, especially without the game ending, if they keep scoring, is a scary situation. Ground ball on the right side is foul. Count evens 2-2. I'm not saying load the bases. I should clarify that because that sounds really dumb. But I'm just saying it's not the worst situation if this at-bat gets away from you. If you're Jack Hag, you can go right after England in the 4th spot. Well, Deuce is wild in the bottom of the 8th. 2-2, 2 outs. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Score tied at 2. Hag looks in and now ready from the stretch. Slide step, fires, and it's over into left center field. That's going to find some real estate. That's going to bring in a run. Throw comes in from McGuire going in the 3rd and gets over the head of Hampton. Hag is there for the backup, 2 in scoring position. The score 3-2 in favor of the Chiefs. That's courtesy of an RBI single that Haas moves in the 2nd off the throw. And Dixon scores. So when we flip things over to the top half of the 9th, well, Hoppers are going to have to score again. Same situation we found ourselves last time we were here, trailing by 2, not 1, but it might be 2, as they bring in a pinch hitter for England. That's number 45, Kendrick Dunning, who's brand new to the team. I had a weird feeling he'd get in today. He's supposed to get the start tomorrow when they go and battle Henderson. Hendrick Dunning also out of McCracken County High School. He's, you guessed it, committed to John A. Logan, where everyone there apparently is committed. He will be the 6th batter of the inning to come up and making his collegiate debut right now against Jack Hag with 2 in scoring position. Looking to add some insurance. First pitch, fastball outside for a ball. Dunning mans the middle infield as well as 3rd. Usually he's from the Paducah area. Obviously he went to McCracken County. He's a righty standing 6'1". Fastball downstairs and a 2-0 count. And Dunning's a guy I've also been told is really fired up to be here. He said, I don't know how I feel about my swing and everything. His first pitch in BP, he put over the Made in America sign in left field. The 2-0, he'll swing at and foul it off, 2-1. Been told that his swing he felt was, maybe a little too stiff. He loosened up, he dropped his front shoulder, and, well, he's unloading on the baseball in BP. We'll see if that translates here to game action. Hag the 2-1. Ground ball on the left side. Hampton will field it. Throw over the first. Scooped by Scheidt for the 3rd out. Only 1 run comes across. Hag had been doing phenomenal, and the Chiefs found a way to get to him. 3-2, they lead. The Hoppers are going to have to score in the top half of the 9th to continue this game as we will take a break. We'll be right back here with more baseball on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. Ninth inning, it's crunch time, and the Hoppers are going to have to find their clutch vein, and they want to try to send this one to the bottom of the ninth and potentially win this game on the road. Well, they've got a tall task in front of them. You can tell Paducah is throwing in everything to try to win this game. They bring in Trey Dooley to be the pitcher. Dooley has not pitched against us so far this summer. He's thrown a few other times against a few other teams, and, well, he's kind of the guy that slammed the door shut on everyone. He's thrown a few times against Madisonville and kind of shut them out every single time. The Hoppers will see at the plate. 7, 8, 9 due up. I would assume some pitch hitters at some point. Hampton will be the leadoff. Slaughter is the man standing on deck. And McGuire would be in the hole, but wouldn't be shocked if they bring someone in. Trey Dooley, being committed to play at Southern Illinois after spending time at Rice. Let's just put it this way. Runs a fastball up there, 94, 96 miles per hour. It's our first bit of action against him, as the Chiefs are looking to climb closer to first place. If they win this one, they'd only be behind by a game. First pitch, fastball, called strike to Hampton. Hampton is looking to get on for the third time today. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a fly out to center field. Just got to get bat the ball here. 0-1 downstairs, and the count evens. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hampton's interesting. The day and age of what NIL is, you don't expect it to kind of trickle down to some other levels. Well, it did at one point. He actually found something from forever ago that he forgot about. Posted about an NIL deal that they had with SoFi. Pitch outside for a 2-1 count. It wasn't him necessarily. It was the team, and it was kind of like a team-wide thing they had going on with I think in high school even. I got to clarify. I think it was UMHB. It was when it was entering UMHB. That pitch is right down the middle. 2-2 count. And they kind of posted it as like, hey, support this. Maybe buy some merch from the team, and you'll help me out. It wasn't really NIL, but technically it falls under that umbrella. So he's kind of had some experience with it. He's at a 2-2 count. Dooley delivers fastball off the corner, and the count now runs full. And Hampton looking to continue a fantastic day. As Dooley now set. Fires the full count pitch well above the head of Hampton. His red-hot day continues. He's on for the third time today. It's a walk, and the leadoff guy reaches. And that brings up Caden Slaughter. And, yeah, on deck will not be Alex McGuire. It will be Nick Johnson ready to come up for the Hoppers in this one. Caden Slaughter is 0 for 3. He's put everything in play. All have been ground outs. His last time he grounded to a 4-6-3 double play. A righty-on-righty matchup with no outs and a runner on first. That's the tying run to go ahead at the plate. Slaughter squares around bunt right back towards the pitcher. Dooley bobbles it and then throws over and gets Slaughter out at first. But that throws Hampton in the scoring position. He stands on second. Playing some small ball. I love it. That brings up Nick Johnson, and him with runners in scoring position is a pretty good situation. So far this summer, Nick Johnson is hitting .571 with runners in scoring position. He's got 9 hits on 20 at-bats, 8 of them singles, 1 a double. He's recorded 4 RBIs. A 5th one here would be nothing short of clutch. Now he sets in the righty, Indiana Southeast. Outfield playing straight up. Infield pretty much as well with the shortstop Supsky behind Hampton standing on second, just to hold him close. Pitch to the plate, way upstairs for ball 1 to Johnson. On deck is Cade Wall with the top of the order. You know Cade Wall's itching for a hit. He's 0 for 5. He's only reached once on an error. 1-0 the count. Dooley fires. Upstairs again with a fastball. 2-0. He's not really tried much off speed. He's just really sat in that fastball because, I mean, he's gotten guys at a consistent rate with it. So it's been working. You don't go away. If it's working, don't go away from it. But it's really giving him fits here. Next one, he overcorrects, going from way up to way down, and it's a 3-0 count to Nick Johnson. Been a walk and a ground out on a bunt from Caden Slaughter. And now a walk right here while gives the Hoppers some life at the plate. Does open up that double play, and that would end the game for Paducah. 3-0's right down the middle with the fastball. 3-1 the count. Nick Johnson's got the green light again after that pitch. Couldn't mistake where that one was going to be. Dooley now set again from the stretch. Deals the 3-1. Upstairs, and there's a 5-pitch walk. Both guys get on with the free base. Now the top of the order with Cade Wall. And with that, we'll see a pinch runner. Easton Beatty will run for Nick Johnson. It's a few times Johnson's done that this year. He comes in a tough spot. They got to get him on. He's gotten a hit or he's gotten a walk like he did there, and immediately he just gets to go back. Doesn't have to run around. Save your breath and let someone else do the jogging for you. Easton Beatty on first with Hampton still standing on second. And Cade Wall, the batter, with Chance Sweeney on deck. One out here in the top of the ninth. You need a run to force the bottom half of the inning and potentially sudden death, too, for a win in 9 innings. Crowd's fallen silent as they tend to seem quite nervous right now. Chiefs, 3 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. 2 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors for the Hoppers. First pitch swung at and fouled backwards by Cade Wall on the fastball. 0-1 the count. Hampton's getting a little antsy there in second. Every time that Dooley looks back, as soon as he looks back towards the plate, Hampton takes an extra hop towards third off of second base. We'll see if he tries to take off. I would be shocked. I'm not suggesting, and I'm not thinking he actually will, but we've seen crazier things. 0-1, tries a slider, goes outside. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Look at some of the totals for Dooley this year. He's coming to the 9th every inning. On 4 total innings and 4 appearances before this game, only giving up 2 runs, none earned on 3 hits and 5 walks. He's also recorded 9 strikeouts. Curveball, and falls off the table too quick. Misses in the dirt, 2-1 count. Got 9 strikeouts in 4 innings. That's a nice ratio they have there. 5 walks scares you. Remember, Dooley's still just working back in there as a 2-way guy. Now the 2-1 pitch to the plate. It plunks Cade Wall. Oh, that's a stinger, but the bases are loaded. Wear it for your team. You've got some ice. I'd be shocked if that wasn't Hudson Hamilton I hear screaming down there to cheer him on. If anyone's going to hype you up, it's going to be your starting pitcher in this game, Huddy. Well, now Hampton stands on third as a tying run. The go-ahead is Easton Beatty standing on second, and Wall's insurance on first brings up Chance Sweeney, who's been very consistent. I've said that pretty much every time he comes up, but that's the story with him. He's got one out, trying to poke one into the outfield. Corner infielders are in. Sweeney batting .364 with runners in scoring position. Has 7 RBIs coming into the game. He's got a 2-for-3 day. Pitch outside with a fastball for ball 1. Sweeney's reached every time he's come up. Once was on a fielder's choice, once was a hit by pitch, and then he's got a double and a single. So now up for the 5th time today in the left-handed box to face the righty Dooley. The 1-0 pitch with bases loaded, fouled backwards. Count even 1-1. Sweeney's only hit 2 home runs so far. He's got a triple, and now 4 doubles. Long pause and now ready again for action. Dooley accepts the sign. Ready from the stretch. The 1-1 delivery to Chance Sweeney, who fouls it backwards again. Almost smoked it by him, but he's starting to catch up to it. 1-2 the count. On deck is Evan Jacob. He'll come up with an 0-for-4 day. And looking to break out of his short slump now. Woodward is the man warming up in the bullpen for the Hoppers. You'll see him in the bottom of the 9th if we get there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch from Dooley. Sweeney leaves outside for a ball. Count evens 2-2. Really good eye from him. He's got a .362 on base percentage. You know he's got a good eye at the plate. That's on 44 at-bats coming into the game. Ready's now, 2-2 the count. Pitch from Dooley to the plate, skipped in the dirt, goes with a backstop. Here comes the runner, he's going to cross and we're tied at 3. 2 in scoring position now for the Hoppers. And instead of just trying to tie things up, Sweeney's looking to give the Hoppers the lead. That's Zach Hampton that scores. Beatty now stands on third, and Wall on second. When we were here last time in this situation, looking to tie things up in the ninth, we scored on a wild pitch. And it works here again to tie things up, so we will at least see the bottom of the ninth in this one. Full count. No, 2-2 it should be. Don't ever look at the scoreboard. Infield is in for the Chiefs. The pitch of the plate, Sweeney out to his right center field. That's going to find some real estate. They're waving around, Wall towards home. The throw comes in from the outfield, and no throw home. 2 come across. Hoppers lead for the first time today, 5-3. Sweeney with a 2 RBI single, and that brings up Evan Jacob. When in doubt, the Hoppers strike back, and they've done it against Trey Dooley, who's given up his first earned runs of the year now. It's a 3 spot in the ninth. And a 5-3 score. There's a meeting on the mound. It feels like every game at this point, the Hoppers find a way to claw back and give you all sorts of problems in the field for opposing teams, whether they're at home or on the road. They will force you to the bottom of the ninth. They'll force you to an ugly back third of the ball game, no matter how good you're playing. It's the back third and really a little bit extended from that, the 5th and 6th innings included, that define the games for the Hoppers. From the 5th inning on, they come out striking like a cobra. It feels like this team shows up sometimes to the ballpark an hour after the game has started. I wouldn't even really define it that way, but that's technically how you phrase it. And that's when they make you pay. Well, now still 1 out, a runner on first. Hoppers have the lead, looking to tack on some more. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. Evan Jacob, the batter, who's 0 for 4. But everything in play. 2 flyouts, 2 groundouts, both the groundouts to the third baseman, Brett Haas. As Dooley still out there, delivers the 0-1. Curveball in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes is the count to Jacob. On deck, looks like Reed Hayes will come in. The pinch hit for Brennan Mueller. We got to get to that point, though. 0-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Jacob leaves it for a ball. Yeah, enjoy having you here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. We'll be here all summer long, as well as on WHOP 95.3 FM, The Farm, for all home games. No balls, 2 strikes as Dooley looks in now, set from the stretch. Delivers the pitch, runs inside, gets away from the catcher. Sweeney moves up the second on the wild pitch. And he's in scoring position with a 2-2 count. Honestly, I say wild pitch. I might say that goes down as a pass ball. Should have been blocked by Carson Reed, to be quite frank with you. That's what I'll give it, personally. Long stare in. Sweeney takes off for third. Hit out towards right field, and Sweeney's got to return back. It's caught by the right fielder. And now throw over the second. And scooped up. Sweeney's back in the nick of time. Jacob ends his day 0 for 5. And Mueller will have a pinch hitter for him. It'll be Reed Hayes coming up in the box. He'll play the outfield in place of Mueller. Probably going out to right field for him. Don't need to move anyone else around. He was graduating out of Canterbury High School as the number 9 ranked outfielder in the state of Indiana by perfect game. Runner in scoring position. First pitch to Reed Hayes in the night. Curveball upstairs for a ball. Hayes enters this game 2 for 6 against Paducah in the summer with a 200 batting average overall. He's hitting .333 with runners in scoring position. He's also yet to record an RBI. Sweeney takes off for third. Sweeney missing is Reed Hayes. Throw down, and not in time. Sweeney, his third stolen base of the day. Look at that. He moves 90 feet away. And pitch and count, excuse me, even 1-1-1-1. 1-1-1-1-1. Yeah, we'll say that about 20 times. Reed Hayes in the right-handed box looking to move in another run. Give the Hoppers some much-needed insurance. Pitch inside, and Reed Hayes will throw up the stop sign for Chance Sweeney. Did not hit Reed Hayes. It was real close. It seemed like it could have caught the shirt. Wouldn't have nicked him too hard. Chris Benny's asking for him to go down the first. Reed Hayes is as well. I think he did. I thought it might have caught him. And no call from the home plate umpire. McCartan, the man on deck, with a 2-1 count and a runner on third. Now all set. The 2-1 pitch. Reed Hayes ready's in the box. Dooley now accepts the sign. He'll fire. Ground ball over on the left side. Will be backhanded by Supsky. Throw over the first. Reed Hayes. It gets away from the first baseman. Hayes going to reach. Chance Sweeney scores. It's 5-3. Hoppers are putting a hurt on this inning. They score yet another run. Their fourth of the inning. Yeah, the scores should be 6-3. I'm done with the scoreboard, bro. Runner on first. I had it right originally, and again, I need to tell myself, stop trusting any scoreboard wherever you're at. Pitch outside for a ball. I looked up, they said 4, and I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Whatever. 6-3 is the score. Ryan McCartan, the batter, with a 1-0 count. Goes in the dirt and to the backstop. Reed Hayes easily reaches second after his first RBI of the summer, which gave him a better call. Apologize for that. Just got to trust myself and look down instead of looking up at that ugly scoreboard. Yeah, I'm mad at it. I'm mad at it. That's the way we're treating it right now. We're mad at it. Does look like they're going to give him an error on that, by the way, which not too shocked by it. Pitch is down Broadway for the first strike of the at-bat. 2-1 the count. As Hayes stands in scoring position after a wild pitch. 2-1 delivery from Dooley. McCartan out towards center field. Javon Andrews will camp underneath it and will not lose it in the lights. He's caught it for the final out. Well, the Hoppers had Dooley's number written on their page. They were all over him. And now lead by 3. They score 4 and look to slam the door shut when we return in the bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th. Back here on the Hoptown Hoppers TV network. They lead 6-3 after putting up a 4 spot in the top half of the inning. And it was a fantastic spot. They are looking now to snatch victory right from the jaws of Paducah. The Chiefs controlled this game the entire way and now are looking for quite a big comeback. New pitcher in for the Hoppers, Jack Hagg's services are concluded. The closer, Evan Woodward, is out there to pitch. He delivers. It's a ground ball over on the left side, fielded by Hampton at third, throw a crossover, and with one pitch, there's one out in the ninth. That was Dooley looking to make up after his worst inning of work so far. On the mound, the Hoppers jumped all over him with 4 runs. That brings up Carson Reed in the 6th spot. And I'm sure all the Hoppers fans were real excited about how that inning went. They finally exploded. And now you got to be real happy with Woodward pitching. He'll throw one above the letters for ball 1. Missed with a fastball. We look at Woodward's summer so far for him. In 6 appearances, a 2.57 ERA. Also 2 for 2 on saves. Here's his 3rd save appearance of the year. That one runs inside and hits him. So plunked him. He's on for the 3rd time today, twice with a free ride, and it doesn't hurt too much as the tying run now stands on deck in form of Jack Robinson. But first we'll see Javon Andrews, who made the final out at the top of the 9th. That got away from the Chiefs. 8 batters came up to the plate for the Hoppers. Hampton, Easton Beatty running for Nick Johnson. Cade Wall and Chance Sweeney all scored. Woodward's only given up 2 earned runs on 3 hits, 5 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Pitch is right down the middle to Javon Andrews to begin the at-bat with an 0-1 count. Andrews is 0 for 4 and has 1 strikeout. And only Max Cope, who's in the hole, has a hit that remains before we get to the top of the lineup again. Jack Robinson on deck does not, though he's reached. Swing and miss. He was way ahead of off speed. And it's an 0-2 count. Woodward's already got an out after the 5-3 ground out on 1 pitch from Trey Dooley. He tried jumping all over a baseball. And the Hoppers have won it with a small ball. A couple bunts, some stolen bases, and just some flares into the gap. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball on the left side again off of his foot. So Hampton, though he fielded it, won't matter. Count will be 0-2. Woodward looking over to the dugout, giving him a thumbs up, saying, yep, that's what happened. No need to challenge that one. They will have Robinson Sandy on deck. No pinch hitter for him. Unless we see a party ball here up the middle. Hoppers looking to remain in first place in the league. The 0-2 pitch from Woodward. Curveball outside. 1-2 the count as he's looking in for the signs to his Saginaw Valley State battery. Ryan McCartan looks over the first before getting set from the stretch. The 1-2. Woodward runs off the corner. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, 9 strikeouts and 7 innings of work so far this summer for Woodward. Trying to jump on and pounce with another one here. The pitch. Swinging, missing. There's a strikeout for Woodward. His 8th of the summer. No, his 10th. I'm an idiot. Ruined another call. Well, there's a strikeout. 2 outs away. And Jack Robinson, the batter, trying to salvage the game for the Chiefs. They led throughout most of this. And then it was tied for a good majority of time until 3-2 lead and then 4 runs in the top half of the inning of the 9th. First pitch called strike. That's an 0-1 count. Robinson again 0 for 3. He reached on a walk last time. Did not come around and score. It was Andrew Dixon who scored, who stands in the hole as the winning run. The 0-1 pitch out of play, and Woodward's got him in a 0-2 spot. Hopper fans are 1 strike away from their 12th win of the year. They'd remain in first place no matter what. Robinson steps back in. Silent here from the Paducah faithful. Nervous for what might happen as Woodward comes to the plate. Out towards right field. Reed Hayes, new in the game, and he'll catch it for the final out. Woodward again slams the door for victory 12 of the year. Hoppers 12-4 as the Chiefs fall to 9-7. We take a look at how this game has unfolded for the 6-3 victory on the road. Paducah scored in the first inning. They led 1-0 until the Hoppers scored 2 in the fourth. They were responded an inning later with another run. Game was tied. 3-2 lead in the bottom of the eighth inning after Paducah scored off a few awkward plays and an RBI single from Brett Haas. And then the top of the ninth inning, the Hoppers exploded. They scored 4 runs on 1 hit, 2 walks, a hit by pitch and error, and it was all due to some nice little gappers and flares that won them this game. The winning pitcher will be Jack Hagg, who went 3 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. The losing pitcher will be Trey Dooley. He went 1 inning of work, giving up all those 4 runs and that 1 hit and 2 walks. Well, Hoppers remain in first place with a terrific win. You catch them again tomorrow night. If you can't make it out to Tiger Field, they'll be home against the Full Count Rhythm, who currently sit in 4th place as we enter the night. Probably still might be there. Actually, they might move in front of Paducah if they win this one. But tomorrow against the Full Count Rhythm, 6:30 at Tiger Field. If you can make it out there for Military Appreciation Night. If not, you can hear us right here again on the YouTube page, as well as 95.3 The Farm. After that, on Sunday, they'll be home against Henderson at 6 o'clock back at Tiger Field. Then back here at Paducah on the road, 6:30 on Monday, June 22nd, before an off day on Tuesday. On behalf of the entire Hoptown Hoppers organization, I'm Colin Crithers. Have a great rest of your night. Hoppies win 6-3.